Thank you. Robin Quivers on sax, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him blow that thing. All right. Ah, isn't that nice? Turn that off. Ah, that's nice.
That's a good feeling.
Nice job on that sax, blowing that sax, Robin.
Thank you.
That lucky sax. Well, you blew that sax.
You know, I have to lick the reed and get it wet.
I saw that. I saw you tonguing the reed before you blew the sax. Anyway, good morning. Fafafui's an amazing guy.
What has he done now?
Well,
Flopafloli.
you know, we're having a mystery guest in here in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we have a mystery guest, we have to wear blindfolds. We wear blindfolds so we can't see the mystery guest.
Right.
And every time we do this, Fafafui is missing a blindfold.
Stop it.
And there's like, what about the concept of having a few extra blindfolds around?
Is there a shortage of blindfolds?
Yeah.
And we have to hold on to these few we have.
So Gary was in during the commercials because he has to find the blindfold for Fred. There's 3 blindfolds. The regular blindfolds are going to me, Robin, and Jackie. And Fred is really... Fred has now...
I don't know.
Gary
He
took out...
ripped off the bottom of a hat.
Gary took the bottom of a ski cap.
I think it's a panty shield. It's like...
And if you've ever seen a chicken with its head cut off, running around, that's Gary trying to find a blindfold. Gary, what about, like, being a producer and you write down on your little list of things to do, maybe I'll buy a few more blindfolds.
Howard, we had 5 of them.
Yeah,
I had 5
Gary,
of them.
go crazy. Get 12.
No, they were there. They've always been there. Somebody took them. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean,
Who would take blindfolds?
maybe some of the interns. I mean, sometimes they go to sleep.
Yeah,
and
you know,
Conspiracy.
they want a keepsake.
You didn't get to the bottom of this?
What's the big deal?
The big deal is you run around like a chicken with his head cut off. You
Ripping the bottoms
wait a
off.
second. They've been there.
grass.
trying to find
They've always
blindfolds.
been there.
Yeah.
There's no reason why
No,
they should
every
do that.
show that we do with mystery guests
It's
and
just
the
not true.
blindfolds,
Well,
you're
you know
running
what's
around.
funny? After we do the mystery guest segment,
Yeah.
Gary runs around. Give me your blindfold. He collects them.
Oh,
Give me
that's,
your
that's
blindfold,
fine.
give
That's
me your
really
blindfold,
stupid because
give me
then we
your
wouldn't have this to
blindfold.
do. Of
Well,
course
that's
you
fine.
do.
I like that he does that. At
But
least-
you know, it's just he's
obviously didn't
manic
do it
about
last
it.
time.
No.
Snap on me, son of a
It
bitch.
sucks being a center.
What?
In the back, he's running around. John, you see the blindfolds? Where are they?
Blindfolds. He's in a panic each time. Go on, go crazy. Buy 10 blindfolds. Then you're not going to have to run
crazy
around
about
like a
anything
nut.
around here.
And he's pulling his
I mean,
pants
how
up.
many years have we been using those blindfolds anyway? They're probably full of gunk.
Yeah.
Robin, they're brand new
Phooey.
blindfolds. Oh, I wish that window wasn't there.
Hi, cheese.
Phooey. Oh, man.
Is this the best you could do?
I told him they're in the back where he was asleep last.
What?
I told him they're in the back where he was asleep last.
I can't hear you.
Flopafloli.
No, he's interrupting.
I forget it. Just forget it.
No, what did you say
I
about
tried
Gary?
twice. And I said that the
What?
blindfolds in the back where he was asleep last, you know, in your office. But forget it. You know,
That's funny.
it was funny the first time. You got to explain it.
You know, I always love what Gary thinks is weak. Halfway while I'm yelling at him about the blindfolds, he goes, "Is this the best you can do?" Is this
Yes.
I bet you I'll pick up the phone right now. I bet you every listener will say, "This is the funniest thing they ever
Well, it's
heard."
always funny when you yell at me, but I'd like to,
Oh, this is not good enough?
more solid,
Oh, you think this isn't solid? You running around for the same stupid blindfolds each time we do mystery guest. He hates it, but he knows it's
I know
funny.
he particularly hates Jackie.
What is it, Baba Fohai?
I know it's late in the show. I know you're really busy, and I know we'd rather do this live, but would you like to talk to Madonna's sister on the phone for a minute?
Sure, I'll tell her to come in.
Papa Flunky.
Try.
Robin, this is an exclusive.
Madonna's sister.
This is Paula.
Hey, Paula. Hey, Paula, it's Howard.
You're on the air, Paula.
You're on the air, Paula.
How much you getting paid for this?
Me?
No, Madonna.
How much is Madonna getting paid for this?
I was down there with this show.
What?
Stephen Hudson's getting paid, you're getting paid, Madonna's getting paid off, but we're all going to get bumped up. We're all going to get,
You got to come in here, honey.
Listen to me. Who's getting off on this one?
Listen to me, Paula. Now, Paula.
Listen to me.
Are we? This is not Madonna.
No, this is Madonna's sister. I swear to God.
How do you know?
Because I know she's been up here.
Oh, wait, I'm choking.
Oh, Madonna's sister got a nasty cough.
If Madonna's sister dies on our show, it'll be a big show.
You're going to die laughing. No, Madonna. Wait,
All right, listen to me.
were you with me?
Hey, how is it having a famous sister?
Oh.
This is, by the way, this is really
I heard
Madonna's
that you
sister.
get off every minute. That's true?
This is
Oh,
Paula.
Paula Chacon.
Wait a minute.
Paula does she does movies.
She does?
Yeah, she's. What do you do?
She
Wait,
makes movies?
whoa.
Hey, Paula, what kind of movies do you do? Dominatrix movies?
Nope, I do movies as far as Jesus Christ only knows, God only knows. I love God, I love Jesus. And you ask Madonna, how come every time she goes to David Letterman, she doesn't believe in the balloons anymore? How come when I get on the
You know what I like about you? I like that you have a famous sister and it hasn't affected you. You know, you haven't become like a big.
not
I got the
jaded.
if I got the same bite marks,
Yeah. Now, when's the last
By the
time
way-
you saw your sister?
She shows you the birthmark, by the way.
Yeah, I know she does.
I see her every day.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
You see Madonna every day? Mm-hmm. Oh, no kidding. So she's
I
still.
look at myself every day and I get sick of the best of this.
And she's a
I
big.
got the same exact bite marks, everything.
She's got big.
Oh, she's saying she looks at herself and she sees her sister.
But you don't get
Fair
to.
enough as this.
And when's the last time you saw the real
I
Madonna?
remember the love that she gave me, I tell you that much.
What was that?
I remember the love that she gave. I mean, the love that you gave me.
You remember the love she gave you?
No, the song. I remember.
It's a line from a Madonna song.
Oh,
I
really?
never had a reason to cry. You tell me why.
Well, listen. The thing is, though.
Are you sure this is Madonna?
It really is.
This
Gary
not
met
a
her.
Scam.
Yeah, and when are you
Nobody
gonna?
knows,
Will you be-
I want to tell you a story, okay?
Let me ask you something. Will you be stopping in to
When
see?
I was born, I was born by accident, number one.
Are
My
you?
godmother wouldn't tell me.
Are you older than Madonna?
If I tell you what happened the day I was born, you wouldn't believe it.
What happened?
Yes, God is just the honest truth.
All right.
My godmother, number one, okay? I'm not ashamed to say it.
I don't think you should be ashamed to say. I just wish I knew what you said. I would agree with you.
I don't know if you should be ashamed.
Now what? No. Will you be stopping in to see Jay Leno tonight? As
I'm
your
gonna
sister?
laugh. I'm gonna laugh about it. If I start laughing, we have the exact same laugh. And we have the same exact birthmark.
Paul, I know you have the same birthmark. I'm saying.
I swear my mother's grave. I'm not lying.
Did you see Madonna on Jay Leno last night?
I was down at David Letterman before she even got there.
Oh, you were down at David
Yeah, they
Letterman.
thought I was Madonna. I swear to God, it's the honest truth.
Really?
Don't put me in put God's name in vain, okay? And
Right.
listen, I'm not insane. So we made the same name. I got no name under the sun, okay? But the sign of God waiting on the side, okay?
Right.
Now, I had Madonna's jacket on. Everybody thought I was Madonna.
Right.
I took the lady at the desk. She says, oh, you got to get tickets to go on this show. I said, what for? God already knows. This ain't no freak show.
Right.
It's a free show.
Well,
I'm not pissed off. Now she's quiet. Now who's going to get off on this one?
Hey, I gotta meet you.
You better believe it. So do I.
She does wear.
Where the hell is Sandra Bernard? I don't blame her.
Oh, Sandra Bernard?
You tell Madonna
Right.
if she got any problems, she should talk. I got nothing to say.
You got nothing
You
to
two
say
aren't
about it.
talking?
No, she's not talking about
No,
it.
right. I'm going to cry out loud.
Why are you
Yeah,
crying?
I went out last night to have dinner at Maxwell's. You know Maxwell's?
Maxwell Plum?
Yeah,
Yeah.
down on 3rd Street and 7th Avenue.
Yeah, Maxwell's.
Everybody knows I was there, so my life away.
You were there?
Yeah. Want to check it out?
Sure.
After I left church, I got to get out of here. I
Hasn't
got to go to a club.
I don't think Maxwell's has been there since 1986.
I lost my voice. I didn't go to sleep last night. I mean, I don't mind.
Now,
But
Paula, what do you do? Are you a singer as well?
Come on, I'm the practically one who pushed out the door.
Are you a singer, though?
Without me, she wouldn't have got there.
Oh, really? You told Madonna, go out and do your thing.
You pushed her
Yeah.
out the door.
You pushed
I
her out
tell
the door.
you what,
I bet you
sing
did,
exactly
too.
like Madonna.
You do
You
sing?
do?
So help me God.
Let me hear you sing.
Right now, I'm going to go slow, okay?
You're going to go what?
Go slow.
All right, go ahead.
I may be slow, but I'm one step ahead of her.
You know you sound like my sister?
Wait a minute, hold on a minute.
Oh, just kidding.
Hold on to yourself, okay? Don't get off on this one. But the honest truth. No,
Go ahead. Let me hear you sing.
I'm not lying.
I know you
If
are.
I'm lying, I'm dying.
Go ahead.
But I did go there yesterday. I really did.
Oh, no, I believe you.
You asked the girl. You asked CBS if I caught him up, and he'd mad at me too now, David Letterman.
No,
As
he
I
won't.
came there in 1980.
I'll protect
and Samuel
you.
Bernhardt went bye-byes to Hollywood.
Right.
Now, Ingrid's laughing. I'd like to know what's so funny. What's the big joke? Why is C100 laughing and say, Howard Stern must die?
I don't know.
think so. Are you going to be on a silver platter? Or are you going to have another record to cut?
All right, listen to me.
When we talk about this face-to-face.
Right. Listen, come in tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning at 7:30, Paula.
Nope, you're going to come and get me.
Okay.
All right, we'll come and get
I
you.
got much more to say. Can you imagine what I'm going to say next?
I can't imagine what you're going to... You're more outrageous than your sister.
I can't
you better
imagine what you
believe it.
just said.
I'm going to go down to 2036 Oklahoma Street in Michigan, and we're going to see how many Michigans we got.
That's their home address and
All right.
their hometown.
All right, Paul, I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. I'm going to put you on hold. Gary will make the
You
arrangements.
tell Pat my mistress is going to kill me now. Mistress Christiana.
What is it?
Oh, my God, oh, God.
Nah, she ain't going to kill you.
Don't, you know something? My lawyer's going to have a fit if you change these words. But that's okay. You leave it the way it is. It's all natural, right or wrong?
Right, I'm with you
know
on that
my
track.
friend Aaron,
Right?
you know, he's got something to say about it.
Okay, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hold on.
And
Here.
so does God.
All right, hold on. I'll talk to you
You tell
tomorrow.
Madonna she's going to cry about this one, so we'll keep on talking.
All right,
I'll be quiet, okay?
I
do
got
the
you.
talking and don't crack up on me, okay?
all right,
But
Paula.
when she hears about this one, you tell her what you're going to do then.
Hey, you got a man in your life? I know a guy named Ian I'm going to fix you up with.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
I got something that you ain't got.
I know you do.
Oh, man, amen, thank God.
Right. Viva la
Now,
difference.
don't forget.
All right.
The foot of that wound, Jesus, the word of God.
All right, and I'll talk to you
Remember,
tomorrow.
this is not ratting nobody. I'm not a rat. I love my family. It's not a freak show, okay?
Right.
It's not a freak show. I don't want to get paid for this.
I know.
But you got to do, okay? Just do me a favor.
Right.
Tell my dog next time she walks down the street, don't look herself in the mirror. She may find something she may not like.
I hear you. Thank you.
As is the way I look. Myself in the mirror every day. I said, why the hell I got to do this for, God?
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow
I'm
morning.
not lying.
I know
Who
you're
should
not.
lose her voice, me or her?
Her.
Why?
What? I mean you.
Which is the
I don't
right
know. What's the
answer?
right answer?
Should not
What's
talk.
the right answer?
No, the reason
None of the
is,
above.
what's the smartest answer to a question?
All right, listen to me. I got to talk to you tomorrow morning. This
You
is
call CBS and told me tomorrow morning we're going to talk, but today we're not finished.
okay.
But when I get through with this whole thing, you can imagine what it's going to look like.
There's going to be an explosion.
Nah.
It'll be big. All right, Paul, I'll
You
talk.
told Z100, ain't you glad?
Right.
Didn't listen to that poor Mother Teresa? Who's Madonna going to go up next? Mother Teresa?
All right.
Oh, please, God only knows.
All right. Hold on.
Who, Rose of Jesus? No.
Just put her on hold.
Yeah,
You won't know
what?
the difference.
All right.
Hold on, we're going to hold on to him.
Hold on because Gary's got to talk to you. Hold on.
Thank God.
All right. Thank God. Hey, there's an exclusive of Madonna's sister. She's more outrageous than Madonna. She is 500 times more honest and outrageous than Madonna. What are you talking about? What? What? Hey, you shut up. Stop that in my head. I hear laughing in my head. Does anybody else hear it?
How do you know who that is?
Because she's been up here a couple of times.
I could come up here.
No,
and say
they
I'm
came up with the
Madonna's
publicist
sister.
and everything.
A
Or
publicist?
somebody. It's Madonna's sister. That's Madonna's
We're
sister.
really sure of that, right?
Gary is 100% sure.
I don't know.
That's Paula. I'm telling you.
Just because, I mean, Mrs. David Letterman knows David Letterman's address, that doesn't mean they're
Hold it.
related.
I'll get Gary in here. He'll tell you how he knows.
You can't fool Gary.
Nobody's ever done that.
Maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Use the blindfolds, Bull.
Papa Bullhigh.
Let me ask Gary how he knows.
It'll be great if
Hey, Gary, we're on the air.
I'm having a big difficult time getting her.
Hey, how do you know this is really Madonna's sister?
Okay, because there was an ad in a paper in Atlantic City.
It was a 12 paper.
Right, it was at a place called Adult World. It's like a video store,
Yes,
and they were
yes,
advertising
yes, yes.
Madonna's sister who was going to be there. It's Paula Chacon, Madonna's sister.
Come on.
Right.
I
So
was
they
down
checked
David
it out for
Letterman's
you.
So I
show,
called the
okay?
guy,
Right.
and the guy
I was down David Letterman. They all
gave me her beeper number, and
Hey,
I've been
come
beeping her
on
for
already,
weeks,
come on
but
already.
it's hard to like hold a conversation.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
I was down.
That doesn't mean
I
she's
was-
Madonna's sister.
Proof is that?
Hey,
Boy, that could be proof.
No, please.
That's enough proof for me.
Madonna has a sister
Hey,
named
between you and me, I don't care if it's Madonna's sister. I just want to interview her.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, how can we get on and say we know positively this is Madonna's
We know
sister?
that Madonna has a sister named Paula. That we know because she did some.
That doesn't mean this is her.
look like that. If I look like that anymore, God only knows what I'm going to look like tomorrow morning.
So you don't even know if it's Madonna. So you think it is, though.
Give me a break. I'm not lying.
I think it is.
No.
I know God only knows. He's the judge. That's God.
Then again, the other thing is, if this really is Madonna's sister, how could we be the first people to find out about it?
Yeah, like where's the current affair on this one?
Come
So Madonna, I'm so pissed off that she should talk.
Hey, maybe you're
I
someone who
don't
goes
know
around saying she
who
thinks
this
she's
is.
Madonna's sister.
No,
Yeah.
no.
How do you know you're Madonna's sister?
Hey, you know what? Why don't you talk to her and I'll get a guy who can verify it on the other line.
Okay, all right.
How do we know who that guy is?
Maybe there's
That's
more than
Madonna's
one of
brother.
us.
Hey, how do we know you're not just somebody going around
I'm going to
saying?
call Z100 and ask them what they got to say about.
Well, no, I'm
Go
saying.
ahead.
Hold on a minute.
All right. Hey,
I'm going nowhere.
I'm just saying, like maybe you're someone who
Over.
thinks that they're Madonna's sister. You know what I'm saying? Like how
There's a
people
lot of
think
people running around who think they're somebody.
Yeah, like remember Sidney Poitier's son, but it turned out it wasn't Sidney Poitier's son. You know what I'm saying, Paula? Hello? Hey, she's gone.
No, she's right there.
Oh, there
I'm
she
not
is.
crazy.
No, I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm just saying like
Who
maybe.
is this talking to me, Gary or
No, it's Howard.
or Howard?
It's Howard.
Where the hell is Howard Stearns?
This is
You
me.
got off on this one already? You came 1 second or a minute?
No, I'm on.
So what, are you getting turned on already? You're supposed to get off on this one.
So we're just trying to verify that you're really Madonna's sister.
Hey,
I
why
mean,
don't we take a look at my body, have me laugh hysterical, put 2 and 2 together. and
I
you tell
don't
me
know
what happened
Madonna's
then.
laugh, and I don't know her birthmark.
all right. Let me ask you a question about Madonna. Only you would know.
Yes,
All right.
I know exactly what Madonna could do before she does it, and I know what I'm going to do before I do it. What you going to do after
Yeah,
you
that
do it?
proves it.
And God only knows.
Do you know a Madonna
Jesus
thing?
Christ, God only knows I'm not lying. Now, I went down there, and you could ask them. Everybody looked at me and said, "Who that girl?"
Why did you go to Letterman last night when she was on Leno?
Because I was a little too slow. Maybe she was ahead of me.
All right.
Or I don't give head, I get ahead.
You know what it is?
I
think it's
no, I'm not crazy. I got more freaking brains you can imagine.
Hey, let me tell you something. You never know.
But what you
Okay,
know?
what's Madonna's middle name?
Oh, yeah, which one?
Or middle name?
Just give us all her names.
Give us all her names.
Madonna Louise Bowana Chacon.
That's right.
But you can read that anywhere. If you're obsessed with somebody,
would
don't
she
you
know
find
that?
out
I'll tell you something
everything
you don't
about
know.
them?
All right, what's the capital of Michigan?
The capital of Michigan.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody knows that.
What is it? I don't know
Going
it.
to teach for to find out?
Well, go ahead, tell us.
Well, what are you going to do when you get there and you put up to them a sugar cup or a sugar?
You don't know, do you?
You don't know. This
Hey, I don't know either, so I don't mean
But
it.
I do.
they're from Michigan.
I do too.
Yeah, but she don't sound like she would know.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you next time. Next time you ask me a question, have a good answer because there's always a reason for the smartest question. Is an answer for a reason?
So she could be Madonna's sister, and maybe
Not
she's
even.
not. Why are you saying that?
not even. It isn't possible.
Hey, Jackie thinks he's Nixon's uncle.
I am.
Jackie thinks he's related to George Washington. That's true.
Yes, Aaron. He knows. Even
Who's
Moses
Aaron?
told me. Put him.
What's your brother's name?
Which one? Christopher Columbus?
No,
See?
come on. No, your brother. What's his name?
Which one? Mario?
Yeah,
My half brother?
she does have a half brother.
How about Martin?
No.
How about
The one in the movie.
Antonio?
The one in the movie.
Which one you talk about? My
Hey, she might not be.
She's not Madonna's
Well,
sister.
here's what the guy told me. The guy told me that
The guy.
She showed her. Robert, just be quiet a
Guy who owns
second.
the street.
Hey, come on. He's got the FBI working. on him.
I told
Give him a break. Go ahead. Yeah, the guy told you.
He saw her driver's license, which I saw.
Hey,
She does have a driver's
I got
license.
something
This
to
is
say.
Paula Chacon.
Yeah.
She carries around a bag. She has a bunch of credit cards with her name
She
on
has
it.
a driver's license?
Yes, from Michigan.
From Michigan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then she has she carries a bag full of, as the guy calls it, tchotchkes. It's all Madonna related stuff.
Yeah.
She's got a book from the wedding that lists like all the bridesmaids and stuff, I guess. And I don't know. He said that she had some home movies with her as well.
I would
That
have
would
to
be
see
proof,
that
Howard.
stuff.
Home movies would be proof if we
Yeah,
saw.
I think so.
Running into the frame.
Well, I will tell you that I know that Madonna has a sister named Paula because it was in page 6.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that this is her.
Right, but there is a Paula Chacon.
Does the guy you're talking to have a stake in her being?
No, none at all.
What's the brother's name?
I don't know.
His name is I don't know.
You didn't know that?
That's a good name.
You got any pictures of you and Madonna together?
What does your brother do for a living?
Yeah, that I know the answer to. Who's Warren Beatty?
Which one?
Which Warren Beatty?
What does your brother do besides avoid you?
Which one? Christopher?
Is Christopher the guy?
Yeah,
that is his name?
Yep.
Okay, what does he do?
I think she is Madonna's
What does he
sister.
do?
I wish the hell I was never born, so help me God.
Really?
No, I don't wish because God only knows I didn't ask to be born.
Well, what's your dad's name?
God only knows that.
All right, if she knows the dad's name, that'll do it.
Hey, how about the birthday to go with it?
What's your dad's name?
Hey, Silvio? How about June 2nd?
What's June 2nd?
She says that's his
63 years
birthday.
old.
Really? See, I think it's really her. I don't know. I mean,
I would just need a little more proof than
I'm
that.
sick and tired. I got nothing else to do except talk to you on the phone, waste my time.
if we hear from
I'd rather
Madonna's
go to
publicist,
jail
I
and
bet
have
you it
more
is
fun.
her.
Well, then I would say
Yeah,
yes.
right.
I'm going to open up my book and I'm going to read about the sex and the law.
All right, so do me a favor. Come down here tomorrow.
Why should I? Nobody believes that we're on the air.
I believe you.
Hey, what happened if I told you a story about a long time ago? It's the honest truth that when I was born, my godmother, I am French Italian, okay?
Yeah.
My godmother. So help me God. Jesus Christ, God only knows I'm not lying. If I am God, and I wish that.
Oh boy, I wish you could get to this story.
Well, you wish
I
what?
wish Madonna wake up and smell the roses, no, smell the coffee.
So what was the thing?
Have a cappuccino, we're going nuts.
All right.
Paula,
No,
your godmother. Your godmother.
it's an honest
All I
truth.
know is we hit a gold mine.
So whatever happened to me, God only knows.
We
but
beat
it's
the
an honest
tabloids,
truth.
the magazine, TV shows. We beat them all. Right, baby? You know what I'm talking about.
But Paula, what happened with
That was a wet one.
what happened with your godmother? You were just telling us, and we believe
Yeah,
you.
what happened to your
When
godmother?
I heard this time when I was born, so help me God, not the time I remember the love that you gave me, no. Forget about the born of mine. I'm not going to lose my mind. No way, Jose. I'm not lying.
She can't get the story out.
I don't think there is one.
I'll tell you a story.
I hope she lasts until tomorrow.
If you're a psychiatrist and you take notes, what do you write down?
You don't. You throw your book
What's
out.
the important stuff?
What is it, Stuttering
I don't
John?
want the You can have
Verify
everything.
if it's her yet.
I don't
No.
need none of this stuff. I don't need money.
Wait, we're going to ask you a
don't need
question.
money.
We have to
I couldn't
verify.
care less
Go ahead,
about
John.
money.
Ask her.
Yo, your other sister's married to a recording artist. What's his name?
Huh?
Who's your other sister? Who's she married to?
Oh, Jennifer, which one? Hip sister?
Well, she's married to a recording artist.
Yeah, which recording artist? Is she an artist or she's still painting or she thinks she's an artist?
No,
Is she
no,
the
no,
first
a
one to
record
have-
One of your sister's husbands put out a record album. What's his name?
Wait a minute. Martin?
Who?
Martin's rapping and slapping and rapping, bapping?
That's not it.
Oh,
doing
Vanilla
it.
Ice
She's-
got an ice cream cone?
Do you think that anybody in the family spoken to her lately? You would know?
You know what? Why don't you just get her down here tomorrow and let me question her?
You tell
can't-
Madonna I wish the freak that she doesn't talk, okay?
I can't.
I hope she becomes...
What, you can't close the deal?
I can't
It's
get it.
impossible. Yeah, Robin, you try.
Sounds like my sister.
I really do.
Do you know where she is?
Oh, you
No.
better believe I know who she is.
No, not you. I'm talking to Gary.
Paula, where are you right now?
I can't tell you. I'm hiding out. Hey, man,
Hey, how did your mother die?
breast cancer.
Right. That's
know what
true.
happened?
That's true. That I know is true.
She sounds
You know
legit
what
to
happened?
me.
My
from-
mother couldn't breathe, so help me God. Want to go to the grave and dig her up? I mean, go to dig and...
Okay, I'll go to the. I'm going to go to the grave and dig up your
You
mother.
dig your job?
I'm going to go call Madonna's publicist.
I'll
All
give you a phone number. Hey, I'm
me
on
tell
the
you-
phone.
there.
Who is that with you?
Oh, I can't tell you. Somebody that's not going to tell you nothing.
All right.
This guy... Oh, wait, we got to play some stupid hell. Wait,
Can we
hold
talk
on.
to him?
Let me talk to that guy. Maybe I
You
can.
can't talk to him. He's got enough problems.
All right. He's got enough problems.
Don't you got enough problem with Donnie? You want to hear about Madonna more, hey?
No problem.
Hey,
Let me talk to that guy.
I'm just sick and tired with Donnie. Got enough problems. You don't believe
Hey,
it?
I got enough problem with Donald here.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
See?
This is the Howard Stern show.
I'm sick and tired of hearing, too. I
Right.
don't hear anybody, but you know, A-A-R-O, Mr. Moses, God only knows. I'm not lying. I wish the hell I
That's not
didn't
us.
laugh like...
That's not my station.
Hey, wait a minute, that's not just... You're right. I'm sorry. It was my fault, God only knows. Let me see, I'm trying
How old are you?
old enough
It's like trying to contact Mars.
know.
I had an easier time contacting Mars than I did.
I think for her finding us is contacting
All right,
Mom.
Paula. I
I'm
want you
not
to.
spaced out.
I want you to come down here
Out of
tomorrow.
this world.
Hold on. Gary's going to get where you
You
are.
tell me that I'm pissed off already.
All right. Hold on.
I'm going to have my piece of toast and my breakfast already.
All right. Listen to me.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on.
Oh, don't go to the bathroom now.
I gotta take a shower in 2 hours. I gotta get out of these clothes. I swear I'm gonna change my name.
All right, do me a favor.
I'm not joking. I'm gonna change my name.
You're gonna
I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna find something with nobody. I mean, I can't take it. I swear.
All right, come down here tomorrow.
What time? What place?
All right, 7:30. 7:30 a.m.
You tell Pat that I'm sorry. When tell Christiana I'm sorry, but I couldn't take it. I was young at life. I couldn't even sleep about it. It was
All right,
on
now
my
listen to
mind.
me. Hold
I
on.
used to walk down the street every day, and everybody says, "Hey, who's that girl? Hey, what? What? I said, what? I ain't do nothing. Yo, man, what you did? I don't know. What you did?
Change your name to Rosie O'Donnell. Your sister will hang out with you.
Come on, what?
All right, hold on.
Where's
Hold on,
Daniel
just hold
Bryan?
on.
Where's she at?
All right, hold on.
What? I can't think of this.
She's wild. I like her. God, I'm horny.
She said she was turning you on.
She turned me on.
You told her already?
What? What else is in the news, Robin?
I'm supposed to go on now?
Well, just do a little, is there anything or can we go?
Jeez, no, there was a lot.
Anything nutty going on?
Well, an 8th grade spitball fight in the Bronx ended in a bloody slashing yesterday that wound up having one of the students nearly lose his scalp. This incident started at about 1:30 yesterday at Junior High School 143, school on Sedgwick Avenue. The kids started out firing spitballs at each other through the casings of pens, but it soon escalated into a shoving match, and then they started to exchange blows. The 25 other students and the teachers started to rush in to try to break the whole thing up, and then one of the kids, the 13-year-old, slashed the older boy, opening a deep foot-long wound that ran from the front of the kid's head to the back, exposing his skull.
Oh, my. What is it, Bubba Booey?
Maybe just get her back on the phone for a second, because I have official word from Madonna's publicist, Liz Rosenberg.
That?
This is not Madonna's
I didn't
sister,
think so.
but a woman who's been going around with Paula Chacon's ID and telling everyone. I mean, she was advertised in the paper.
Hey, we just found out you're not Madonna's sister. Hello? Hey, we just found out you're not Madonna's sister. We contacted... Boy, think out for Robin, Gary. You're in danger.
Hey,
He's a loose cannon.
You are a loose cannon. He has been negotiating with this woman for months.
No.
I'm positive of this one.
hey,
Hey, you got to stop that. You're not allowed to go around impersonating, but you're going to ruin her life.
hey. I'm not lying.
She didn't even know what's
When I was-
involved.
What do you mean you don't know what's involved? What are you
It was
like?
advertised in the paper, so
what?
I assumed that it was true.
You know what the word assume means?
Yeah, ass.
So what?
Assume.
So what?
You're going to get me in trouble.
So what?
You don't know. Thank God for Robin.
What?
Listen to me. You can't go around imitating or impersonating.
I wouldn't imitate nobody.
We found out from
I was
Madonna's
impressed.
publicist that you are not Madonna's sister.
How would you know?
Because she
You're
knows.
Madonna's mouthpiece.
Hey, you come down here, I'll tell you how I know.
I'm
how
not saying
come-
she's not a great guest.
You're terrific. I don't care. Now that I know you're not Madonna's sister, it hasn't changed anything. I still want you down here.
Yeah, but how come when I was born, my godmother told me the whole story?
Well, I don't care what your godmother said. You're a gold mine.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not going to be mine. I'm not losing my mind.
No, I didn't say mind. I said you're
It doesn't matter.
a worthwhile guest.
Why?
Because who cares if you're Madonna's sister?
You got something to say.
You got talent. You got things to say.
That's why. I'm sick and tired of my godmother told me the story. My mother and my family is the honest food, okay? I'm not an idiot.
Hey, you want to be Bill Clinton's sister for a couple of minutes? I don't care who you are.
I know what I am,
It'll
okay?
take Gary time to
you
tell
get-
I
the
know
story.
what I am, okay? I know what happened.
By the time Gary checks out your story, it won't matter anyway.
Well, what do you want me to do? Call Madonna's publicist
Yeah.
beforehand?
that's what you do
Of course.
now.
Beforehand? You'd never want me to tip anybody off that we're going to have somebody wild on.
Who cares, Gary?
Hey,
She's
wait
a gold
minute,
mine.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm going to fill you in on something, okay?
Wonder who's smarter, her or Gary?
I'm not sure.
Hey,
I'd like to think I'm
slight.
slightly smarter.
Listen to me.
I want to tell you something.
You
Honest,
shouldn't go around saying you're Madonna's sister, though. That's not right.
I didn't say that.
Well, you really...
My
you,
godmother.
How
she
dare
told me
you
a story.
do Gary?
I'm not lying.
you know how stupid Gary feels? He was duped by someone
He
like
was ready
you.
to die.
Someone of questionable intelligence.
I was duped by the people around her.
I'm not dying.
I was duped by
I'm not gonna
Madonna's
die
not
on you.
sister, her people.
All right.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick and
Gary,
tired.
you have a better chance of being Madonna's sister.
I'm sick and tired.
I got the mustache
People
for
hanging me by your balls.
I know
mean,
you
that's
want
some
to. I know you
boy
badly want to be someone, but
No way, I want to
Madonna's
be nobody.
but Madonna's
I wish I
sister
wasn't born.
is someone who probably has children and a life and
What?
wants to protect her
I don't
name.
got no children. I want
No,
no
not
children.
you. I'm saying the real Madonna sister, the real Paula Chacon, probably has a
Hey.
life out there. You have to be somewhat sensitive to that.
Oh, how?
There's going to be rationing.
She can understand
Why don't
me.
we take
She
a look at the
understands.
videotape?
She understands
Why don't
more.
we take a look at the videotape and compare faces?
All right, very
And
good.
laughs to go with it. And beauty marks.
Fine.
You come down
And how
here.
about if I get my godmother, and God only knows I'm not lying.
All right. Listen.
I didn't know what happened when I was born. I said,
Robin, has there ever been anything funnier on this show than Gary buying this story?
No, Baba Booey
This
was
is going to be
funny,
legend.
but this is the best.
This is legend, Gary. You now go. This woman duped you.
I'm not joking.
Mark the date.
Mark the date. What is it?
Everyone's calling asking for Gary, saying they're Kurt Cobain.
Wait a minute. I am Madonna's sister.
You know what, Gary?
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not crazy.
You duped Gary. It proves what I've been saying.
Amazing.
Hey, what
This
you
is a
laughing
day
about?
in
What's so
history.
funny?
We can never fire you now.
Hey, you know who's stupider than Gary and her? Me. I hired Gary.
No, you didn't.
We can never fire you now.
not-
I'm never going to fire you. No one will
Who
hire
made
you.
you boss?
This is it.
Who made you boss? I'm not the boss.
You have to see Gary's face now as we goof on him.
He's devastated.
He's picking his nose. He doesn't know what to do.
I did everything that you told me to
And
do.
I'm thinking to myself, he's going to be a father.
Yeah. Wait till this kid hears about it. I'm going to tell this story to his kid as soon as the
Why
kid
can't I be a father, Robin? You're a mother.
I'm not a mother. I'm not getting screwed here.
All right, listen.
I'm not getting screwed. I'm not a mother.
All right, you come down here tomorrow.
Why should I?
All right, I don't know how you
Come get
convinced
me. I
Gary,
don't
but you
do
did. You come down here tomorrow. I'm going to give you a medal.
We want
Better for what?
A medal
We
for
wanna meet
duping.
you.
I want to meet the woman that duped Gary.
Well, I'm not the only one she duped.
Oh, okay.
She duped the owner of
I
scores.
wanna
They have her
know
there all
why
the time.
Why me, God?
Right.
Why me, God?
Okay.
That's what I've
I
been
didn't
saying.
do nothing. Hey, Jesus
Orlando,
Christ,
welcome
God
to the
only
show.
knows. What happened? You were
This
laughing
is
at
the kind of treat you're in
This ain't no
for.
joking matter.
It only gets stupider from
This
here.
ain't no joking matter.
All right, listen to me. I have to go be locked up. As you know, I'm institutionalized. After I do the show, I'm institutionalized.
Here comes my other boss.
Here comes General Manager Tom Chiasano to compliment Gary on him.
Crazy for you. I
Before I
still
ask you
like
to do
you, no
commercials,
matter
can I
what.
just say one thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Lying.
If this is Madonna's sister,
Well, we've determined it's not.
well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
you
not
don't you
the judge.
think
Tom's still not convinced.
He's going with Gary.
Yes.
would, if it is,
Yes.
would like you to believe it's not?
Oh, you're
See, I
saying
thought of that.
you think Madonna's publicist would lie? I don't think. No, publicists never lie. No, I do not believe that this is Madonna's sister, but I believe this is an excellent guest for future shows. If I could somehow corral her.
I'll pay for the car to have it.
Absolutely. Tom will
Try
pay
to get
for
an address. You can't even get an address.
Listen to
out of
me.
her.
Listen to me. If you give us your address, Tom will send a car for you so you can come down tomorrow
I'm not
morning.
coming down. He's got to come down and get me.
We will, but you got to give us the address.
I'm not coming to get you.
You got to tell us where to pick you up. Even if you want us to pick you up at a different location, you got to tell us where to pick you up.
On the David Damon show.
On the David Letterman show?
No, the David Betterman show.
Oh, the David Letterman show.
And even if you get a
Late show, I'm not gonna
location,
be showing
you
up.
can't even. She doesn't wear a watch. She doesn't know how to tell time.
I can tell what time it is.
What time is it right now?
Right now it's 11
Time to fool Gary
minutes.
again.
Actually, it's going 15 minutes after 11.
Right.
She can tell time.
She can tell time. How dare you insult her?
11 times 11.
Another
makes,
dumb thing you just did. All right, please tell us where to pick you up at 7:30 tomorrow morning. I'm going to put you on hold and tell Gary so you
I
can
know
come
it's
down
going to
here.
be tough working with Gary.
All right, now hold on. Yeah, I know Gary's stupid,
Well,
but
she's got a superiority complex when it comes to me.
a superiority what?
Complex.
Oh, compost. Man.
I got
Don't
tongue tied.
It's
Jackie Martling, you get off the floor, you bastard.
It's the honest truth to help me God. I didn't have to be born.
Gary, listen now and realize you were duped by this woman. Listen now.
What's that? A beep beep?
Well, then you were duped by me, her, and me.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
I never met her. All right, listen, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Stay on hold, okay?
Wait a minute.
Stay on hold, please.
1 second.
Oh, I'll never be able to straighten up.
I trusted you, Gary. You told me you checked this out.
Really?
All right, go ahead. Flunky. Gary, get me JFK and Amelia Earhart for tomorrow's show. All right, listen.
I'd be glad to come on the show, Gary.
This is a classic. Wolf, it's her.
When he started the verification with the guy
She was advertised at a strip club.
I knew we were in trouble.
Robin, either we break now or we just
We
leave.
have to go.
We have to go.
We have to go.
All right, you're having way too much fun.
With a new
Just give me the plugs. I got to get out of here, and I got to go yell at Gary. All right.
I'll do listeners cast tomorrow. It's good.
People of Orlando, people of Earth, order 1-800-52-STERN, S-T-E-R-N.
For yourself.
Yeah, see Gary for yourself all over our tape. And if you think he's stupid here, wait till you see our new videotape. Also, order, it comes with a giant poster of a painting that Leroy Neiman did of me before I had my mental breakdown. We should tape today after after show meeting.
It's going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal in there. Poor Gary. He should go home now.
He should get out before we leave.
Yeah, all new Jackie material. Saturday night. If you want to see him live, you go to the Starlight Theater June 4th in Albany for our friends in Albany.
Could you explain to Gary, we like to be surprised on the air. He shouldn't be surprised.
One big show in Albany. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Boy Gary this Saturday night at the Club Chit Chat in Buffalo, New York, and this Sunday at the Go Goof on Gary at the new Hanna-Barbera store in FAO Schwartz. The new Hanna-Barbera store, FAO Schwartz, from 2 to 4 p.m. with Bill Hanna and Joe Barbera. What is
Should they
it?
really be subjected to that?
What is it, Stuttering John?
Funny seeing Gary on the phone with her after you. Why'd you lie to me?
He's screaming at her.
Yeah, he'll get her in there. Don't miss Stuttering John's band appearing at the Cell Block in Bensalem, Pennsylvania this Friday night. Stuttering John, what is it, Gary?
At least have the common decency to say what really happened. I never said that. Nothing. No words to that effect.
Grillo pointed it out to me. Girl said, listen to me.
I never said, why did you lie to me? I never
Stuttering
said
John
that.
will be signing CDs at Tower Records on Roosevelt Boulevard in Northeast Philadelphia at 5:30. Stuttering John will be appearing at Saratoga Winners in Albany this Saturday night. For tickets, call 518-783-1010. Also, Stuttering John on Conan tonight and pick up his new CD.
I'm an idiot. I'm a friggin' idiot.
Steve Gorilla, Gary, no need to say that. Steve the Gorilla will be hosting the grand opening of Club New York in Elizabeth, Roselle Park, New Jersey this Friday, May 20th at 9 p.m. I can't wait till my daughters are like 2 more years older so that I can hire them to be my producer.
I'm an idiot.
Fire Gary. This Friday, 8 p.m., Rocket 95's first anniversary Howard Stern party at Harrow's East Theater in downtown Rochester. Listen to the lineup there. Boy Gary, Jackie the Joke Man, Miss Howard Stern.
I'm an idiot.
Fred the Elephant Boy and Jolene. Captain Jenks, Melrose Larry Green, John Wayne Bobbitt, Kenneth Keith Kallenbach, King of All Messengers.
Everybody.
all
Smarter
of
than Gary.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
All their IQs combined. I always said to Tom Chiasano, we had a rule once. It was 13 minutes an hour they were allowed to play commercials.
Mm-hmm.
We'd made a deal. No, it was 13 we went to. And then during Christmas it went to 18, and then he said, well, after Christmas we'll cut it back again. It's just during the Christmas. And I don't know. All of a sudden that changed. And then we went to 3 breaks an hour so that I could have time. Everyone understood that I needed time to talk in order to get us ratings.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking I got to go back to 4 an hour but I'm afraid to go back to 4 an hour because then he'll expand those. Fred, why don't you play Christmas music? Maybe it's Christmas and I don't know it. I don't know what happened.
That's why it's so cold in here.
Yeah.
There you go. Now we're figuring everything out.
Yeah. They're trying to trick me into thinking it's Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas. Those songs are like the worst nightmare to Jewish people.
Why is that?
Why? Because all they think about is how the Christians want to kill the Jews. Kill the Jews, kill the Jews, kill the Jews today. Oh, what fun it will be to be in the Jewless world.
Oh.
No more traffic on Yom Kippur. Burn them up in ovens. That's what it sounds like to Jewish people.
I think that's a little paranoid.
That's scary. Not on my part. I'm only half Jewish. They would spare me. No, but Jews hear that music, they shake in their boots.
Well, I just never thought of it as kill the Jews music.
Oh, that's what the real words are to those songs. Kill the Jews in the snow today.
He needs snow to kill them.
Yeah, right. All those anti-Christ people. The Jews are a pain in the ass. Once we get rid of the Jews, the world will be perfect. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah.
There are people in this country who've never even seen a Jew, so they couldn't be singing about it.
I'm half Jew, remember, I'm part Christian.
Well, they'll only kill the Jewish half.
No, they make me a hall monitor to usher people into the showers. Like, okay, you're not going to die, but...
And you would do it.
Yeah. Oh, of course, anything to survive.
You're terrible.
I love life. Someone's got to do it. How are you? I mean, everyone but the Jews.
Turn this music off. This is what you're going to sing.
Negroes too, Negroes and Jews. You are not real Christians because you're not white, you're sort of brown, blue. Oh yeah, there's a whole secret words to those songs.
Well, turn it off.
That you're not even privy
Think
to.
about it.
All right, turn that off.
Maybe that's why I don't know. They didn't tell me those words. Oh, no.
This is called I'm Half Jew. I'm half Jew, I'm half Jew.
You wrote your own song.
Please don't burn me up, I love Jesus. Yes, I do. I'm just a schlub, don't do this terrible thing to me. Please don't burn me, I'm not a damn Jew. Not a damn Jew. Not a damn Jew. That's what all these songs are. You don't know the secret words to these things.
All I know is Jesus would not have sung these words.
No, Jesus did not feel that way.
Jesus forgave.
All the Jews ruin Christmas, yes, they do.
Oh, please.
All the Jews ruin Christmas, yes, they do. All the Jews ruin Christmas, yes, they do. They eat matzah and wear yarmulkes that look funny. It's not when they wrap that tefillin, it makes us crazy. And those Hasidim make us even more crazy. I don't own a dreidel personally, I'm only half Jew.
I've seen one at your house.
I know you did not. No, you did not. Turn this crap off.
Speaking of funny
I don't
things.
like discounts. All right.
There's a picture on page 13.
Not of me, I hope.
No, but they say this blonde bombshell that's standing next to this guy is a former guy, and I cannot believe that.
Let me see.
I found it. Right there. Oh, she's sexy. Guy.
But that's some guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Can everybody finish their sandwiches?
Make up your friggin' mind, will
No,
you?
now it's time to
Eat,
finish.
don't eat, don't eat.
Let's finish your sandwich.
I got a long way to go.
Or do you? What do you got
Yeah,
there?
he's just, he finished the bagel. He's still got half a sandwich.
He's on his third sandwich.
I'll put it away.
Be running into the can in a few
Put it
minutes.
away in
I mean,
the
this guy's stuffing in the Roy Rogers.
I don't think his intestines even processes it.
No.
Doesn't have time.
colon.
Why bother taking it out of the wrapper?
Yeah, Jackie's supposed to unwrap it. That's aluminum foil you're eating.
No wonder my teeth hurt.
Oh, let's see. Here are wicked Spanish director Pedro Almodovar. I swear to God, when you can turn a guy into a piece of ass like this, are you a homo if you're attracted to a guy?
That's what I wanted to ask you.
No.
Is that you're hot for that, right?
Yeah, I'd make love to that.
Oh, yeah.
Give Jackie another one.
Don't give me another.
Give him another one. Let me see if he eats it.
No,
Get
because
it
he's
out of
already
here.
had
He
two
will.
of everything
He will.
already.
No. Let's see.
Yeah, I already have
Put it
my-
in front of him. Open it up.
I had my Noah's Ark dive today.
Two of
Get it out of
everything.
here, Foley.
What is that? The egg
Don't give me
sandwich?
the one with a bite out of
Don't give him one with a
Howard
bite.
ate that.
No, I don't give him that. Throw that one out.
it. I don't want it. Get out of here.
Bring him some chicken.
Fetch, monkey.
All right, just leave it there in front of him. Go
Fetch, like a monkey.
ahead. No shame in eating it.
Close the garage door, monkey.
Yeah, eat it, fat boy.
Still fatter.
Chubby.
He's got 19 chins, that monkey.
Why are you mad at him? Because he brought you the sandwich?
And he knows he can't resist it.
Nice.
That monkey.
I can't resist. Everybody out in Vegas is like, did he really go through your bag?
There's a big sandwich there, Jackie's sandwich.
You know I'm going to eat it, Howard.
I know you are. All right. I like to watch him eat. Robin, let's get to some
Makes
serious
you
news right after these words.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Blossom,
My kids love these shows.
Home Improvement,
Yeah.
Simpsons,
Yeah.
The Sinbad Show,
Yeah.
Movie of the Week on Tuesdays, I don't know why, Roseanne, Living Single, Married with Children, and Beverly Hills 90210.
Why am I not interested in what blacks are watching on TV?
Now, black teens.
Well, I don't even care what they watch.
Yes, you do.
I only care what I watch.
No, you do care about this.
No. Yeah.
Black teens watch Living Single, Martin, Fresh Prince of
Yeah.
Bel-Air,
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Living Color, The Sinbad Show, Married with Children, Blossom, Simpsons, Herman's Head, and George.
Nobody watches Herman's Head. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Interesting what's going on in this country. We're split right down the middle.
Want to hear Hey Now versus Hoo-Ha? Hey Now. Hoo-Ha.
Now, see, I don't care about that.
Hoo-Ha. Well, a lot of people requested that.
Now, I see here
I don't
that,
care about it. I don't care about that either, I don't think. Hoo-ha.
that in South Africa, Nelson Mandela has been declared the president of the
It's almost like the country is split right down the middle.
What?
The whites watch something and the blacks watch something else. The
Well,
country,
we have two separate cultures
it's
here.
split down the middle. Like you, Robin. You're split down the middle.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, baby. Don't act like you're not a different sex. There's still that basic difference between us.
You're ridiculous.
Ah, come on.
I'm just like you.
Yeah.
In South Africa, Nelson Mandela is going to be the next president of the country that now allows everyone to vote.
Did you see him dancing?
I didn't see him dancing.
He did a conga. He did the conga line. I swear to
Really?
God. Yeah, Nelson.
Did he
Yeah.
put fruit on his head?
No, he didn't have food on his head. He was dancing last night on TV. It took him.
Well, I'm very happy. He's a 75-year-old man. I'm glad to see he's still moving.
Took him 7 days to count the votes. They say the
Well,
whole.
they're still not finished,
No.
but
Yeah.
he's still got something like 50 to 60% of the majority. So PW or whatever,
PW
whoever
flyer.
it was, the clerk, decided to concede.
He conceded.
And Mandela says that he will now invite all of the other parties to be a part of the new ruling government. A lot of whites are very concerned about what's going to happen to the country now.
why?
But
Why? Why are they concerned?
Lance O'Leary,
Lance O'Leary.
who's a member of the
Ooh-wee.
Army, says, we got to get used to this.
You'd be leery if your name was Lance too.
We're gonna have to get used to it.
Yes, get used to the
We've
Blake.
been living sort of under apartheid ever since I was born, and we've got to adjust. I mean, there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just. Yeah.
You got to adjust. It's going to be easy.
Adapt. Yeah.
12 white people, 900 angry black guys.
Hey.
I'd be over there. But yeah, we have to adjust. I'm buying armor.
Big boiling pots are being built, perfect size for whites.
Aren't the blacks going to, the first thing, claim all the wealth of the country?
Why not?
Right.
It is their country.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Wake up, white
The
people.
injustices happened before, Howard, not now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
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 We're both in line on that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, that's South Africa. We'll have to see how they do as the new party takes
It'll
over.
be taken over at Spear Point.
I like those South Africaners.
I may as well put bay leaves in my shorts.
And now they're
I'm cooked.
And they're all happy that like the blacks. You can't find one white guy now who's not. He's like, it's a great day. It's really about time. Yeah. You didn't resist this for hundreds of years.
On ABC's Day One, Evander Holyfield talked about his congenital heart condition that has taken him out of boxing. Holyfield defended his title for the last time last week, losing to Michael Moore in 12 rounds. Did you see the fight as it was replayed on?
Robert, I did not. Does anyone have that on tape? I would like
I
to see
didn't
it.
tape it, but you could tell that it wasn't the same Evander Holyfield.
No.
He did fight a valiant fight for a man who was in congestive heart failure.
Yeah.
if what doctors say are true. Doctors have since said that the fight could have killed him at any time during the bout.
Yeah, killed him, yeah.
Holyfield was asked if he had any warning that something was wrong before ring time.
Oh, face it, he's chicken.
Oh, jeez.
I get so fatigued that I can come home and just sit down and just be in the zone.
Tell me about it.
And just when moving. I just sit there 30 and 40 minutes.
Get out and fight.
And finally I get enough energy, I go upstairs and I take a shower and I sit down and I'd be too tired to sleep.
Tickle my wife's ass with a feather.
Yolanda Watts.
What was that?
I watched Yolanda Watts.
On the TV?
On the TV.
You know, poor Evander. Didn't he used to speak real good?
I don't know that he spoke as well as Gary has led you to
No,
believe.
not Gary. I'm telling you, I used to watch Evander Holyfield be interviewed. The guy was very, very articulate. What are you talking about? Get me an old tape. You're a newswoman.
I'll get you an old tape.
All right. What are you laughing at? That she's a newswoman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to me, she's a newswoman.
The big show featured Cindy Crawford and Rosie O'Donnell and Eric Clapton. So
Right.
here's Joycelyn Elders talking about, being very happy to be at the show.
All right.
I've heard Eric Clapton, but I think it's a wonderful thing that Eric Clapton, the musician, is putting on this event for the Martell Foundation in support of leukemia, AIDS, and cancer.
Way to be with it.
So I think that that's really the wonderful part about it. But listen, I like Eric Clapton.
I like him too. I hate Clapton.
I love Eric Clapton, and I love it when he plays on the guitar-tom.
And it's so great. It's so great when she says it wrong, and then she's not sure of the guy's name. You think she only say it once. She's saying it over and over again.
With authority.
Yeah, with authority, no less.
And I thought the T.J. Martell Foundation had something to do with playing music for kids, but she says they raise money for leukemia and cancer and
No.
Yes,
all that other stuff.
She's wrong.
Also loves Paul McSweeney.
Paul McSweeney.
He was one of the Beagles.
The Beagles?
Hey, let me tell you, that's a great clip.
Why do you think I pulled it?
I can't stand Eric Clapton anymore with that song about the sun. And
What
oh
about
my God.
Clapton?
Eric Clapton, I like. No, with this song about the sun.
Oh.
I mean, come on already. Makes me want to jump out a window. For goodness sake.
If I saw you
I can't take that song. I mean, for God's sakes.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Throw him out the window.
Muzak and jazz and
Right.
what
Oh.
station. It's every other song.
Please. I mean, who could take a song about a little kid falling out of a window? Is that
A lot of people who have had great losses, Howard, found great comfort in the song.
I'd rather listen to Love is a Wonderful Thing.
Well, you haven't lost anybody.
I'll tell you that. I'd rather hear that.
And you're the kind of guy who likes...
What? I'm listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish that kid would get better already.
Yeah.
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 How you like
I
that?
thought you were the guy who likes songs that make you cry.
Not like that. That's a cheap shot.
Oh.
No, that song's a drag. That song's a drag. I like the new musicians.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like who?
Who you like?
Yeah.
Yes. The group Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
In Detroit, a jury has found Jack Kevorkian not guilty of violating a Michigan ban on assisted suicides.
Yeah.
Now, here was a law written specifically to get Jack Kevorkian,
And it didn't work.
and it didn't work. The jury found him innocent.
Well, introduce
They
him.
decided that he really was trying to relieve this guy's suffering, not trying to kill him.
Hey, can't Kevorkian meet Tom Chiasano, our general manager?
Is Tom terminal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Gotti's going to have to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Well, Jackie,
He's
smart move.
apparently
Oh, man.
exhausted all legal appeals to overturn his conviction. So unless they come up with some kind of new startling evidence to reopen the case, he's there. He's gone.
You think he like lives it up in jail though, like in the not the Godfather, but Goodfellas? Remember those guys?
Like a movie where they have their own place and they can cook and they
cook
got
steaks.
their own food.
And they have like those little mosquito nets over their beds, and they can have like a little harem in there.
Yeah, and their jail cells look like rooms. They don't look like cells.
Their jail cells are nicer than Jackie's house.
Yeah.
They get girls in there and everything.
Have whatever they want. You know, they're paying off the guards.
Do you think that it's like that for him, or do you think it's a drag?
I don't know.
Jackie, what do you think? Since you're laughing in the face of...
I'm not laughing at anything.
Good luck, sir.
I want to apologize.
Good luck, Mr. Goody.
I see that John Wayne Gacy, as I said before, he's supposed to die by lethal injection next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his lawyers have all of a sudden come up with some new evidence. That
new evidence.
They say that he couldn't have possibly been where they said he was.
My client wasn't in a clown outfit.
Of 3 of the murders.
My client hates clowns. Never was in a clown outfit. That's the guy who buried like 97 boys under his
Well, he
porch.
says, somebody was coming to his house and killing those people, and he just had to get rid of the bodies.
I'm innocent.
The crawl space.
I love you.
He
I love
has
you,
always
Jerry.
claimed that he's not responsible.
I'm Pogo the clown.
He only killed one person, he says, in self-defense.
I'm going to handcuff you and show you a trick.
They say, however, that these attorneys have just come up with a last-minute appeal trying to delay the inevitable.
Look at my big shoes. Strip.
And my big red nose.
Look at my big red nose and shoes. Take your clothes off, boy.
Isn't it hypnotic?
You like my funny hat? Spread 'em.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fafa Fooey has a letter from John Wayne Gacy.
Fooey. Tells me his favorite TV shows.
Really?
Favorite movies. We wrote him a bunch of stuff. He was really into Monday Night Football.
Remember we wrote him a letter?
Yeah, I didn't realize we got an
Yeah.
answer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so he's accused of killing 33 boys, so if he didn't kill 11 of them, should we let him live?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that throw the others into doubt?
Yeah.
He's guilty as sin. Fry him. Yeah.
Yeah. Fry him. Yeah.
Just in case anybody forgets, this was the guy that used to bring you back to his house and say, I got to show you a magic trick. And then he put a pair of handcuffs on you, and the magic trick was he wasn't going to let you out.
All right.
Howard used to do that same magic trick.
Yeah, I'd done that.
Nobody's locked you up.
Yeah, but at least I do it to girls.
Yeah.
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 Jack Nicholson is off the hook.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, who a couple of weeks ago attacked a man's car with a golf club,
Hoo-ha.
has come to an out-of-court settlement with the gentleman. He has now said he no longer wants to press charges against Jack. So even though the prosecutor in Los Angeles wanted to press the trial to go to the case to go to trial, a judge has said, no, let's just all forget about it. Everybody's happy now, and let's go home. They have not announced the agreement reached by Jack Nicholson and the guy he attacked.
Jack Nicholson. What a life.
You want to be an idiot, or do you want to be a very rich man?
I guess that's what he said.
Yeah.
We can handle it 2 ways. One, we can go to court and let this thing drag on.
Little interesting tidbit in the paper today. What?
That's all right. Go ahead. Nothing.
You're done.
Do you want to leave today?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this is called the show.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going somewhere. I am not always listening to every word you say.
I have to be honest, I really wasn't going anywhere.
How dare you then?
No, it's just the thought that I was going to maybe go somewhere.
How dare you?
I'm supposed to sit and wait?
I'm upset. As rich as I am, I had to bang Angelica Houston for years.
Yeah, now explain that.
He liked Angelica.
Oh,
Man beast.
Did I?
That's what you said anyway.
I think you.
Yeah.
I think you were better hitting her with a golf club.
Yeah.
What else is in there? Robin?
You probably, she's probably much more striking in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to strike her.
Little tidbit about life in the Bill Clinton White House. Says in the paper today that Hollywood pal Harry Thomason and his cronies had uncontrolled access to the White House.
Wow.
When Bill Clinton first set up shop. In a government accounting office report, they criticized the White House for failing to insulate itself from Thomason's influence in last year's Travelgate fiasco. Thomason, a friend in the travel business and a relative of the Clintons, were instrumental in ousting the entire seven-member travel group that worked on White House travel plans. And they could have had a personal interest in this, since a couple of these people were in the travel business, and Clinton's cousin wanted the job running the office for herself.
Can you imagine, like,
there was no reason for Harry Thomason to have complete access to the entire White House.
Can you imagine you network your way in with the president, and you finally, like, you get some real power, you're some Hollywood dude, and the first thing you do is convince him to change the travel people?
Yeah.
That's what you went and busted your ass for? Use your head. God, they'd still be hanging in the White House if they just kind of mellowed out a little. 2 seconds later, they're changing the whole travel business.
Yeah, they just wiped everybody out, fired 7 people.
Yeah.
5 wound up being rehired.
Hey, Thomason, you go make some travel arrangements.
But even because even after they claimed there were all these problems and they rearranged and organized the whole office, it seems to be still prone to the same problems it had before.
President Clinton sounds like Jackie. That hoarse voice of his.
Hey, come on in, Thomason.
The report also found that there was an appearance of inappropriate pressure on the FBI to investigate the whole travel office operation to validate the controversial firing.
FBI, you look harmless. Hop in.
What else is in the news?
Oh, dear. Oh, there's a videotape circulating around that shows an April 14th arrest in which 4 cops appear to be roughing up a handcuffed suspect on Staten Island. Mayor Giuliani and the police commissioner looked at the videotape 4 times yesterday. Must have been good.
Yeah, must have been fun.
This is fun.
Let's rewind that and look at it again.
How many times did you look at it, Mayor?
6.
6?
This is better than a video game.
So, yeah, you looked at it.
Yes.
Then what happened, Robin?
Well, they say that it appears that there could have been excessive force. They arrested the man, he was handcuffed, and then they body slammed him into a parked car.
Boy, I just wish everyone for a day could be a cop and have to arrest one of these maniacs.
We watched it in slow-mo while we drank Coronas.
For Cinco de Mayo?
Yes. It was like black Tetras.
The lawyer for Dennis Dublin, the guy who's supposedly in the videotape, also represents the family of Ernest Sayon, the Staten Island man who was killed in police custody over the weekend. The Sayon family claims that the death followed a brutal beating by police, and the lawyer in the case is saying that the incidences are similar.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, God.
He's absolutely fine. They hit him in the head.
We are doomed. The police now have to be social workers. It's just unbelievable. Oh, make me the president. Forget governor. I'm withdrawing my name.
You have to be president.
Make me the president. Make me a dictator.
Madonna is talking to QVC head Barry Diller.
I'm at war with Madonna.
About going on the home shopping networks to sell products.
Madonna wants to go on QVC?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good show.
I don't know what she would sell, but they're talking.
She could sell
John Tesh has signed what?
Nah, forget it.
John Tesh has signed a new contract with E.T., Entertainment Tonight. He's going to be there for another 4 years.
What's he selling?
Bolts.
Oh, he's
Bolts.
he's working on a new album, Howard.
Madonna could sell Madouche, a new product for the girls.
Yeah.
Madouche. Yeah, you like that, huh? Oh, Grandpa, Madouche.
Madouche. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he'll be continuing to co-anchor the Entertainment Tonight with Mary Hart. He'll be doing the weekend co-anchoring as long as it doesn't require any travel. He's waiting for a baby with his wife, Connie Selica.
Baby good.
They haven't had that baby yet?
No, baby's due in about a month. And Connie apparently is going to take into labor his tapes.
Oh. And the CDs?
And tapes of crickets in the country and the sounds of waterfall.
God. She's really
So
into
that,
it.
Trying to drown out the
She can
music.
have a new age baby.
Trying to drown out what?
The music.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, those CDs are good, though. They are. I use them as frisbees. They're good for frisbees.
Drink coasters.
His musical group, the John Tesh Project,
This kid.
working on a new song, album called Sax by Fire.
She's been pregnant now for, I think, 37 years.
No.
The kid's going to be 41 when it's born. He'll be born standing up.
He's born toiletry.
Yeah.
Big head.
I have to go to the bathroom. Go from the hospital to college.
This will be his first album, Howard, that features popular music.
Popular music?
This is quite a departure for him, yes.
You mean he's been doing unpopular music?
Well, he does new age music.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is popular music. And he says it's a very touchy kind of a thing to do because you don't want it to sound like Muzak. And if you don't do the right things, you don't have the right production and all that, that's what it could sound like. And he's trying to avoid that.
You know, this John Tesh, they did a story on me on Entertainment Tonight. This is the first time I've seen it in years.
Yes.
They did a story on me about me running for governor.
And John did all the anchoring and raps around it.
Yeah, well, Mary Hart wanted nothing to do with it. But I saw it, but no one else did because it was the night Nixon died.
I know.
It was the lead story, too. I was very excited about it. It was the night Nixon died.
It was a very good story.
Yeah, very positive. Yeah, positive, right?
Yeah.
But, so we never got to see it. I have it on tape, but what good is it?
Yeah, only you saw it.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but if John wants some advice, if I would spend more time having sex with Connie and record less music.
There are pictures of her in the tabloids pregnant. Did you see that?
No, let me see that. Yeah. What page? I got an Inquirer in front of me.
I don't know what the exact
See if you can look it up.
number.
Look it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. You're doing the news. Look it up.
I don't have my tabloids in here with me.
Yeah.
Come on. Really? And what does she look like? Does she look good,
She's
pregnant?
very big.
Oh, what is she doing to herself? She's an older woman. What is she doing? She needs to be pregnant like a hole in the head. She'll never recover from this.
Oh.
I'm telling you. I mean, she'll look all right from the, with the clothes on, but naked, she's gonna have a lot of problems.
Oh, don't say that.
You know what happens?
She's got good genetics.
Think so?
Yeah.
The only girl I know who ever survived a couple of kids is Julie Nixon Eisenhower. Boy, she's got somebody.
And yesterday I asked you if that was Patty Davis Reagan in the Playboy. You think?
Yes, yes, it is. I know for a fact it is.
Oh. She's gonna be naked.
Yeah.
Naked,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah, that's her. I know for a fact, I have it on good authority, that is Patty Davis Reagan. I know for a
So
fact.
in next month's issue, she's gonna just be out there, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Oprah Winfrey's selling her old clothes, size 8 to 22.
Yeah, I guess she needs to do that. She's running out of money.
All you have to do to participate is send a postcard to Oprah's charity sale.
Why, is she so convinced she's never going to get fat again?
Well, she's got a warehouse full of clothes of all sizes.
Haven't we seen that weight balloon up and down before?
But she has enough money to replace it if
Well, don't count the woman's money, Robin.
They say she's becoming an exercise junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll last another week.
Yeah.
And I see that Joan Rivers, according to, what's her name? Cindy Adams, they really were working hard on this Sally Marr thing.
Who needs that?
Needed a little punching up
Oh, is that right?
and
What
a
did
few
they call
other
me?
bits of help.
Drinks. I'll make it a better.
And according to
show.
Cindy, they called Larry Gelbart.
Larry
It
Gelbart, Larry Gelbart who wrote MASH?
Yeah. And described to him what they needed, and he gave them lines over the phone. They say they've got it fixed now. I guess they're ready for the opening,
Wow.
which is Thursday of this week.
So it'll be Joan Rivers as Sally Marr.
Yeah,
I
and
know
her escorts.
a lot of people interested in Sally Marr.
Is Joan coming in here or not?
Yeah, Joan's going to be here tomorrow to tell us all
We
about
really want to talk to her about this.
it. In fact, Joan is going to say,
Yeah.
I'll give you a little preview. Joan's going to say, I want to be Sally Marr.
You know this was a screenplay
Yes. Yeah.
that she had worked on with Mel Brooks or something, and then Mel fell out of favor with those people in Hollywood because his movies don't
Right.
make money anymore.
Right.
So she decided to turn it into a play.
How will the audience hear Joan as Sally Marr, though?
I don't know.
Will she wear a microphone of some sort?
And they'll put speakers all over the house, I suppose.
Right. What's up?
Just want to let you know in today's mail, you were invited to the opening of Joan's play.
Boy, a short notice.
Not by Joan, by the way.
By who?
I don't know. It looked like the producer of the play or something.
Really? Well, we'll take that up with Joan tomorrow.
Yeah, how dare she?
Yeah. We're the ones doing all the publicity for it. I don't hear anybody else saying anything.
So that's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin.
Pineapple Express, my new movie, and I feel good. I have no secrets. I'm ready for this experience.
So, are you excited to be on Howard's show? Are you a big fan of his?
I am. He's just like a fucking filthy dude. I'm used to talking to Jay Leno and shit, so it's nice to talk to.
Is he a little different?
It likes to be a little different, yeah. Someone who I actually find like really hilarious. So that'll be good.
Cool, man. All right, have fun in there today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Seth Rogen is the star of the moment. His movie Pineapple Express made $22 million this
Still
weekend.
behind Dark Knight.
Still, yeah. There he is.
That's the guy.
Hey now. Hey now. All right. How you doing?
I'm great.
Now, when you have a movie coming out like Pineapple Express, and you wrote Knocked Up, right?
I didn't. I executive produced it. I helped write it, though. I wrote Superbad.
You wrote Superbad.
Yeah.
You helped write Knocked Up.
Yeah, and Pineapple Express.
So when you got two movies under your belt that have done real well, are you nervous for the weekend when they're supposed to call you and tell you how the movie's doing?
I get a little nervous. Luckily, these movies are pretty fucking cheap on the grand scale of things. Like,
what does Pineapple Express cost to make?
Cost $26 million.
That's with all the advertising and everything.
The advertising's separate. They usually they spend about the budget of the movie on advertising.
Right.
So let's say like $50 million altogether.
Okay.
And we've made like $43 million like in the last 5 days. So
That's
like
fabulous.
we're out of the fucking woods. Thank God. I mean, if I made like Batman, I'd be paranoid. I mean, obviously they made a shitload of money, but
is it scary to get in the movie business? I mean, because you fuck up and it's like all your friends don't want to know you. They laugh at you.
They don't want to know me anyway. I was a fuck up before I got into movies, but it's
Yeah, how did you get into movies? I mean, because it's crazy. You smoke a lot of weed, right?
Yeah, I smoke weed.
You smoke weed like every day of high school, right?
Yeah, every single day of high school.
So when you write a weed movie, because I saw the movie, I laughed my ass off. I thought it was really funny.
Do you smoke weed still?
No, I can't handle weed.
Really?
I get so paranoid that
Do you think it's because it got stronger since when you smoked it a lot?
Yes. In fact, the last time I smoked, I swore off ever smoking again. This was in California, and I thought it was laced with something. I had no idea that weed has gotten so intense.
It really has.
Yeah. I mean, and you can handle it? You don't get paranoid feelings?
No, I mean, if I'm in the right suit, like, I can't smoke weed, like, when I'm shooting a movie because I get fucking paranoid because there's just all these people around and I never know who's going to yell at me or anything.
But you make it look so great. I mean, you make weed look so attractive. I mean, throughout the whole movie, you're smoking and you're having so much fun with your weed and everything about weed. And you make your best friend becomes your best friend because he's your weed dealer.
Exactly.
And he's having a great life. It's not like there's anything bad about it.
Are you worried you're saying to the kids out there, kids, weed is the answer?
I'm not worried about that at all. I think it is the answer. I'm encouraging that message.
The best thing is he's like a 30-year-old guy who's dating a high school student.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's also the answer. I think you should smoke weed and date high school girls.
She's cute as hell, too, the chick in the movie.
She's hot as fucking shit. Her name's Amber Heard. I recently heard she's a lesbian. I don't know if it's true or not. Someone told me that. I think that could be like her publicity, like Lindsay Lohan, like she's riding the coattails of that. But I met her at when we were doing the movie. What's funny is she was dating like a 35-year-old guy, and she didn't get that that was the whole fucking joke.
Wow.
And I felt bad for the guy because he was there, and all day we're shooting the scene, and we're just like, man, I'm such a cretin for dating this young girl, and he's fucking standing there the whole time.
He didn't care.
But then I ran into her a few months later, and she was dating Crispin Glover. And I was like, wow, that's
weird.
That's the weirdest fucking end of that spectrum you could possibly go to.
Crispin Glover gets hot chicks like that?
He gets the hottest chicks ever, Crispin Glover, and it's because he's a fucking weirdo. I don't know why it is.
And by the way, you're starting to become a sex symbol. Does that freak you out?
It is a little weird, I guess. I mean,
it's funny that the interns here all argue over. We have a thing where you have to sign a release when you come in. And the interns
present the releases?
If they're a fan of a particular star who's coming in, they get to do it. So 2 of the female interns were arguing. I'm going to hand them the release note. You're going to hand them the release note. And they were both really pissed off if they didn't get this.
The other one got to hand me the release.
And they were both really into you. I mean, and they're hot chicks.
It's great. It's I know it's bullshit. It's still fresh in my head how I really do.
You still got the same girlfriend, right?
I do have the same girlfriend.
How many years you been with her?
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
And it's great. I can honestly say it's a wonderful relationship. But it's fun. I mean,
you haven't fucked anyone outside of
I have not. I couldn't.
But you start to get a little crazy, aren't you?
I watch a shitload of porn and jack off all the time. And porn is that much more satisfying now because then I'm like, maybe I could actually fuck this girl. It kind of brings the fantasy to a new level. Before I felt bad. I was like, I could never fuck these girls. But now I'm like, I could fuck the shit out of these girls. So I still jack off, but it's changed the whole mindset of it.
Jacking off is a whole new experience.
It's become so obtainable all of a sudden.
So you ever jack off to Carmen Luvana? That's who I jack off to.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, she is very hot, Carmen Luvana.
She takes it in the ass.
She does. She takes it right in the ass. She is a trooper. But it's fantastic.
You started writing movies when you were 13?
I did.
And your parents must have thought you were an asshole, right?
No, they encouraged it, actually.
They did, really?
Yeah, they
Where
totally
are you
did.
from?
I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada.
Okay.
And my dad's from Newark, though. So I'm pretty well cultured.
World traveling.
Exactly.
All right.
They were encouraging.
So were the tough years 11 to 13? I mean, were those years?
It was a turmoil a day.
When you smoke as much weed as you do, isn't that bad for your lungs? I mean, do you have any coughing?
I don't. Well, I used to smoke like a shitload of cigarettes as well as a shitload of weed, and I quit smoking cigarettes like 2 years ago.
Right.
So I'm still up. I'm still up on the grand scale of things. I can see, like, my girlfriend, God bless her, doesn't really give me shit for smoking weed and being stoned kind of in general, but she's kind of beginning to be like, maybe you could get a vaporizer or something like that. Maybe you could eat weed food. But I'm trying to lose weight, and I was telling her I was like, but all weed food's like cookies and brownies. I can't do that.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because when you're smoking this weed in the movie Pineapple Express, I got to tell you, I mean, you make it look very attractive.
You really
natural. They also make it look like you can smoke like they're just puffing and puffing and puffing away on a joint.
Like you have really bad things going on in this movie, and you guys smoke through it, and there's no problem. I cannot get my head together when I smoke.
I can't, I mean, a lot of the notion came from, like, me and my friend Evan sitting on the couch being stoned off our asses and being like, what if someone tried to murder us right fucking now? What would we do? and I mean, because it does play off of the paranoia. I always know you smoke too much weed when you hear someone go, like, did you hear that? Like, as soon as, like, the did you hear that start fucking coming around.
Do you ever worry now that you're too baked to really have a big Hollywood career? In other words, that, okay, you've got the hits going. Now you're starting to feel the pressure. The movies are making money. You're starting to become a player in Hollywood. Maybe you're saying to yourself, maybe I can't smoke weed anymore.
Yeah, do you want to stay in this particular genre, or do you feel like you at some point want to branch out?
I feel like I could. I mean, I hear Harrison Ford smokes a lot of weed. He's fucking branched out like a motherfucker. It's true. He doesn't talk about it.
The girl who made Knocked Up With You, Katherine Heigl.
Yeah, Katherine.
Was very critical of the movie afterwards.
She was.
She said the movie was sexist.
Yeah. The notion of sleeping with me is so appalling that it's sexist.
Did you enjoy making the movie with her?
I did enjoy making the movie with her, and and it was kind of shocking, I think, that she took this
never had any objection while you were working.
And we're like super collaborative, we just ask everyone, what's your opinion? What do you think? We improvise all the time, so like people can really put in their 2 cents, and she didn't say a fucking peep. Yeah, she didn't say a word about it. And then after the movie's over, she went off. I think she just kind of likes to...
Is she a flake?
Talk.
She turned down her Emmy nomination.
She did turn down her Emmy nomination.
Bizarre.
That is weird.
You're pissing on the industry.
I've submitted myself for Emmy nominations. I'm not even on a fucking television show.
Right. Well, you were in Freaks and Geeks, weren't you?
I was.
Right.
But
so is the best thing that happened to your career hooking up with Judd Apatow? Is he the guy who mentored you?
Yeah, I mean, he gave me my first job on Freaks and Geeks. I mean, I was in Vancouver when I was cast on Freaks and Geeks, so he literally like plucked me from high school.
And how did you know from high school you wanted to be an actor?
I didn't. I did stand-up comedy. I knew I wanted to work in comedy. Like, I knew...
You were doing stand-up comedy in high school?
Yeah, I started when I was 13.
No kidding.
Writing and comedy at 13.
Yeah, writing and comedy. And I just... it just became clear that, like, you could be funny for a living, Like, as soon as that I would see stand-up comics and television and shit, and I was like, oh, well, if you can fucking do that instead of getting a normal job,
right.
Who in their right mind wouldn't try to do that?
Do you have tapes of your act when you were 13?
I do, yeah.
You do? I would like to hear that.
Well, next time I'm here, I'll bring some for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
I have a super thick Canadian accent. It's pretty funny, but I was pretty good at it, right. And it was it seemed very obtainable stand-up comedy. It seemed like I could do it,
Right. It was something you had an aptitude
for. It was something, and it seemed like there was a clear progression to kind of making a career out of it. But then the end of high school, I wasn't going to graduate. I basically dropped out.
Right.
So I decided to start auditioning, and I auditioned for Freaks and Geeks.
So not only did you start writing at 13, you dropped out of high school. You're incredibly successful.
Yeah.
And I smoke weed all day.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a role model.
I'm not. Maybe I'm the greatest role model. I'm the most obtainable role model there is.
How are you losing weight? Crystal meth? Or?
I am. It's a lot of ice. I just the teeth jittering alone burns calories.
So now you're such a big star. I read that you're going to star in the Green Hornet.
Yeah, me and Evan, who I wrote Pineapple and Superbad with, we're writing a Green Hornet movie.
Evan is not the kid from Spider-Man, is it?
No, that's James. Evan is just he's just a Jew I went to high school with.
He's a Jew.
Yeah, he's
you
a
admit
Jew.
that.
Yeah, I admit that.
and he's your writing partner.
His only credential is a Jew.
That's all you need in this fucking business.
Exactly.
Does Evan want to be on camera?
He has no interest in being on camera at all. Yeah.
Maybe he'd be good at it. Isn't he a little resentful? You're the guy who gets, he's Bernie Taupin.
I know, exactly. That's and I fuck him in the ass, too. we try to emulate that relationship to the fullest of its potential. He doesn't want to. Actually, whenever it's time to do press, he shaves his facial hair in a really distracting pattern so that the Sony publicity people don't want to put him on camera.
I see.
It's a pretty good strategy, actually.
So you're the front man of the writing.
I'm the front man. I'm the Elton
Are you writing Green Hornet together?
We are writing Green Hornet together.
Is Green Hornet a comedy?
Now, is Green Hornet going to smoke pot?
And Green Hornet will not smoke pot.
That's what the green is.
Exactly. Green, I mean, it's not
By the way, Elton
originally
John does not fuck Bernie Taupin in the ass.
No, please, let's straighten that out.
Dirty straight? Okay, for the record.
I'm just saving the lawsuit.
A little giant lawsuit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Someone there is getting fucked in the ass.
Exactly. Someone's fucking someone in the ass. I don't know. There's shit on a dick.
So wait a second. The Green Hornet, one thing I say about superhero movies.
Yes.
Is that the reason I love Batman, and the reason I love Spider-Man, I love all these movies, is because they treat him seriously. In other words, the superhero is a real hero, and you believe that this could actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to do that, but we feel like a lot of those movies ignore a lot of the funny shit that would happen if you were doing that, and we're just, I mean, we're not, trying to, we're not making like a Starsky and Hutch kind of like goofy reimagining, but we're, the thing about the Green Hornet is he has this sidekick, Kato, who's also like his personal assistant and also like saves his ass 90% of the time and then goes and like fucking makes some coffee at the end of the day. So what we found amusing is just kind of this relationship between this hero and his sidekick and this guy and his personal assistant, and they kind of, and that's basically what we find funny about it, is just kind of this relationship. But aside from that, but the action, we want it to be like a big, crazy fucking action movie.
You have a lot of action in Pineapple Express.
Yeah, we love action.
A lot of shooting, a lot of killing.
A lot of chasing.
I was talking to Fred about this, too, because this is before my time, I guess, but in the Pink Panther movies, is that a parody of the Green Hornet?
The Green Hornet,
yeah, it kind of is a parody of the Green Hornet.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I thought there was just like an original.
The two of them are fighting the whole time.
Peter Sellers and Kato.
Right.
So I'm excited about the Green Hornet.
Thanks. I think it's going to be good.
Did you start shooting it?
I love the Green Hornet TV show.
we haven't started shooting it. We're like looking for a director right now, which is a pain in the ass.
That's hard
Are
to
you
find
busy,
someone.
Howard?
I'll do it, motherfucker. Give me the fucking script. I'll fucking do it.
You know what's funny, Howard?
Frank Sebastiano.
I have to tell you that you're not in Canada when I was growing up.
Right.
But so the first time I saw you was in Private Parts. Like I had never seen. I'd heard your name, but to me you were like a movie star, which is a really weird. Which in retrospect is a weird thing. But that was like my first taste of you was as a movie star.
Wow.
And it was pretty interesting. And I thought like, wow, what a great.
I'm just a movie star that hasn't made another film.
Exactly.
I'm the laziest movie star on the planet.
You are.
Movie star. He made one one film.
Anyone in your life believe that you would ever become a movie star? Because you don't have the Brad Pitt look.
No, not at all.
This kind of thing.
You know what's funny is like in my head, I remember when I was young, I'd literally like make a list of like the chubby, overweight guys, and every time like I do like Vincent D'Onofrio, I was like, ooh, he kind of is shaped like me, and then like Philip Seymour Hoffman became famous. I was like, yeah, there's another one.
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. Oh, that was huge. Believe me, when I saw Private Parts, I was like, that fucking guy is my meal ticket. Right there. And so no, definitely not. But that being said, I mean, there's guys like John Calick. I'm not the fattest, ugliest fucking guy ever to be in a movie.
Now, the guy you cast in the movie with you in Pineapple Express is the kid from Spider-Man, the good-looking kid who plays the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
How did it happen that this kid plays a stoner, drug dealer, and does such a good job? He's really funny.
He's amazing. You know what's funny is I've known him for years. He was on Freaks and Geeks with me, and that was almost 10 years ago. And then he went off and did these really dramatic things. And
did you always say in your mind, I want to be in a stoner movie with this kid?
No, not at all. I assumed he would never fucking talk to me again. He's worth billions of dollars.
Right.
And no, we sent him the movie, actually, and we wanted him to play my role, and I was going to play his role, and that's how we wrote it.
Right.
And then when he read it, he was like, well, I'd rather be the goofy stoner guy. I'm always like the leading man. I never get to be this other guy.
Right.
And then, since he's way more famous than me, exactly. Well,
I never get to be the
I
other
know,
guy.
and since he's way more famous, I'm like, well, you get to be funny and handsome? Great.
So now let's think about this. You're super successful. I imagine you're a multimillionaire. Am I correct?
I might be today.
You're damn right.
Your parents must be amazed. They must be so proud.
They're thrilled. They take my money and spend it.
And your girlfriend, TV writer Lauren Miller.
Yes.
You met her before you knocked up Success.
I did.
Come on. You're going to want, you know this success is going to go to your head a little bit, and you're going to have to take your penis out for a stroll.
When do you think it's going to happen, Howard?
When will it happen, Howard?
You want to be honest? It will happen during the filming of The Green Hornet.
Is that when it will happen?
It's going to happen this afternoon.
I mean,
day 33.
If the interns are fighting over you at this point, no man can. How old are you now?
26.
26.
Oh, forget it.
I'm
They'll
pretty
never
fucking lame sexually. To me, sex is not like something I really aim for.
Seth, bang one of our interns. Come on.
Why don't me and Artie start a relationship?
Are you lame sexually? You know, Jimmy Kimmel used to give me that same kind of
Really?
vibe. Yeah, he kind of seems like an asexual type
I'm
guy.
definitely not asexual.
Right,
but
you're into it.
But I know, I mean, it's not worth, really ruining any aspects of my life for sex, because it won't be that fucking great.
Do you think you're going to ask this girl to marry you or something?
I might. Some of my friends are getting married. I don't know. But
Prenup.
I honestly don't believe, I'm not like a big marriage guy. I think marriage is kind of fucking bullshit.
Me too.
I don't like kids.
Me too.
I don't think I ever want fucking kids.
Well, I have kids and I'm getting married.
Exactly.
I can say I like it, but I'm good. No, I love my kids. You'll come around. Don't worry.
Really?
Yes.
See,
Can he have your
that's
kids?
the one thing.
You can have my kids.
I can have your kids. I'm a great influence.
Would you say that you have to? You're a guy who watches porn.
Shitloads.
There's going to be a lot of temptation out there, my friend, as you're going around in this business.
There's definitely temptation, and I work with porn stars in our movies a lot, which I actually think is good in dispelling the sexiness of porn. Because when you're around porn stars, it instantly it lowers the
when I did my movie, I had Jenna Jameson.
She's fucking hot as hell.
I'll tell you, it didn't dispel.
It did not dispel shit.
No,
well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got a good one. See that? We need to aim higher.
I know what he's talking about. Sometimes you meet certain porno people you meet, and it really does ruin.
Well, I remember there's a scene in Knocked Up where there's two actual porn stars stripping for us.
Right.
So I got to have a whole day of a porn star stripping for me, and I remember, and this was a porn star I've jacked off to thousands of times, and as she's stripping for me, I could see her asshole hair, and I was just and I remember just thinking see, there you go, the rumor has been, the myth has been dispelled. It's not as sexy. You don't think of the asshole hair when you're masturbating.
No, you sure
But when you
don't.
start dating the girl, that's where you're dating the asshole hair.
What is the strategy? What is the strategy here? Well, you're right. It makes these people real.
Yeah, it makes them real.
What's the strategy career-wise now? You turned down a huge role in a big kind of, what was it, like a sequel to Transformers?
No, it wasn't. Jonah did. They offered me another part in some other big giant
film.
Yeah.
What was it, X-Men or something?
I honestly can't remember what it was called. It was the guy that did, I think, what was it, The Day After Tomorrow, maybe?
And they offered you a big role and you turned it down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even need to hear what it... I have one simple rule, and that's, would I go see this movie? And I feel like it's a rule that a lot of fucking people don't ask themselves.
That's true.
You know, because you see a movie come out and you're like, no one would go see that movie.
And for Green Hornet, though, you're losing weight. You're trying to get chiseled. Right?
I am a little bit.
Yeah,
You're gonna play
it's fucking terrible. It's
the Green Hornet?
I'm gonna play the Green Hornet. See, Robin just shat
The
herself.
Green Hornet is a guy who's in shape.
You have to believe that I do physical activity, definitely.
Yeah.
Which right now you don't.
What? How are you preparing for
I have a personal trainer. He trains many celebrities.
And
Which
has he looked at you and said, "This is possible"?
He did, which I was literally worried I'd walk in and just be like, "Get the fuck out of my face!"
Why think he's going to turn down a job? This guy?
Exactly.
Why not a chubby Green Hornet?
That's what. Well, you know, here's the thing: is we
That'd
don't
be
know.
so much easier.
We don't know what will happen. We're open to a chubby Green Hornet. I keep having this recurring dream that like I'll show up on set in a few months and just be like, "Sorry guys, this is what the fuck you got to work with." Rewrite. I got the fat version of the script right here.
Oh man.
Might as well keep it handy.
So is this hurting you? I mean, they got you on a special diet.
tell us
The diet fucking sucks. It's you.
And you smoking weed through this diet?
I am. I get real stoned before I work out every day.
That's hard, man.
It is. It numbs my brain to it all. That's the thing. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Have you developed a muscle?
I've developed one large muscle.
Wait a second. So, did you wake up in the morning? First thing you do is you smoke some weed.
Sometimes before I go work out.
Before you go
it
work
happens
out.
sometimes.
Do you have great weed now that you're rich and famous?
I've had good weed my whole life.
You have. How did you manage that? Even when you were,
I'm from Vancouver. There's great weed in Vancouver, and I've lived in LA a while. So you slowly settle on your guys. I found my guys.
Is there weed like Pineapple Express kind of weed? I mean, Pineapple Express is the greatest weed ever. That's the premise of the movie.
There is weed like that.
There is.
Yes, it's out there.
Wow. And when you say you smoke weed, do you smoke the whole joint before you work out?
No.
You smoke 3 hits off a joint?
Yeah, I'll have a couple hits.
Couple of hits. Do you own a bong? Do you have a bong?
I do own a bong. I don't love the bong, I gotta say. To me, the bong, I spill it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Although I did win the High Time Magazine Stoner of the Year, and the award is a bong.
Have you ever dabbled with harder stuff, or it's just pot for you?
I've done other drugs kind of throughout, my life.
Coke?
I tried it.
Shrooms?
Oh, I did shrooms a lot.
LSD?
Never did acid.
Hash oil?
Oh, yeah, I've done hash oil.
Ecstasy?
I've done ecstasy a couple
Coke?
times. You asked me that already.
Say it again.
I did it once years ago. It was New Year's. Does it count?
But pot's your thing.
Yeah, I've settled. I have.
Ever try heroin?
No.
Where did you come
Only
from?
in my
maniac
balls.
would do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Only in the dick.
I was just about to blow a joke in the movie, and I'm just not going to do it.
Oh, okay.
That there was that special joint. I just wondered how.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Robin say you were just about to blow somebody?
No, the cross joint she's talking about.
The cross joint. That's something I would actually smoke in high school. We actually did that. I rolled.
That was a riot.
I rolled that cross joint that we smoked in the movie, and
so you'll take a couple of hits off some weed, and then you go to your training session. Now, I find pot makes me very hungry to the point that I have to just keep eating and eating and eating.
Real potheads have eliminated that. I would say, like,
Oxygen does that for me.
I think you realize. Yeah, exactly. Just
real potheads can go.
Real potheads don't get munchies. I would say. Like, I think you learn very early on in your pot smoking career that when you eat after you smoke weed, it makes you not hungry anymore.
Right.
Or it makes you not stoned anymore. It kind of kills the high.
I so not enjoyed being high from pot
that you wanted to eat.
That's why I think I ate so much. I just wanted to get rid of it.
Exactly. Real potheads eat and then smoke weed. See, there we go.
Well, now I know why you're here today. You're some kind of expert.
Pineapple Express.
You've learned a lot of shit in your life. So you'll go to the gym and you're high. And does your trainer ever say to you, "Look, this isn't appropriate. You want to be the Green Hornet"?
He trains a lot of rappers.
So you're not taking this training very seriously.
No, I really am.
Are you gonna take
seriously
drugs?
am.
But what do? You do sit-ups and.
I work out like I go in there like 3-4 times a week.
What do you weigh now? Can I ask?
I never weigh myself. You can ask. I don't fucking know.
You don't know.
Between 180 and 225.
But they didn't try measuring you or anything to see what kind of results they were getting?
I mean, I've seen results. There's results. You guys haven't seen me normally. Most
Take
people
off your clothes.
Most people who have seen me now and haven't seen me in a while say, "Ooh, you look great." But you guys don't have that pleasure.
I'm trying. You a big comic book fan? Is that why you got
huge comic book fan,
me
man?
Too, man. I love it.
I'd say since I started making money, that's the one thing I fucking blow all of it on.
Do you buy? You collect?
I collect tons of comic books and like toys and sculptures and shit like that.
Where do you display all of this?
In my office. I actually just had like a whole giant wall of shelves built in my office.
No kidding. Look at you with an office.
Now, would
and
you be
shelves.
somebody who went to Comic-Con at one
I
time?
would be somebody who went to Comic-Con.
Do you know Gamorrean Guard?
Huh?
Do you know Gamorrean Guard?
Gamorrean Guard? What is that, like a role-playing
That's
game?
Star Wars, Gamorrean Guard.
Oh, the Gamorrean Guards. Yeah.
We know a guy who goes as Gamorrean Guard.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they the red ones, the Gamorrean Guards?
Oh, Gamorrean Guard. So, were your parents aware that you were smoking all this pot at a young age? Were they okay with it?
They were. When I was, I guess when I was 13 years old, they found an ounce of mushrooms in my backpack, and that was the first thing I ever got caught with.
Wow. So
that like set the bar pretty high. So after that, when they would find a joint or something, I know they were like, well, at least he doesn't have a fucking ounce of mushrooms in his backpack. So that's the key to kids, is if you're going to get caught with something, get caught with something really bad first.
So then pot isn't
and then just
so
your
bad.
normal shit doesn't seem so bad.
That makes sense. So you were the type of kid, you read a lot of comic books and you smoked a lot of weed.
Exactly. Right. And I jerked off a lot.
I was shocked to read that you were a staff writer on the Ollie G show.
I was, yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing show.
Oh, it's genius. I love that.
What kind of fun was that? I mean, you just make up weird shit and he'd
it
go out
was
and do
fun. It was really hard. Me and Evan did it. It was like it was actually our like first job together, like professionally, that we got paid for. Yeah, you would write the interview questions, like you see him there interviewing people, and you would think like, well, he's interviewing a psychic, and then you try to get him to. We did some crazy shit, and when it worked well, it went great. We had this psychic who we got him to contact Gianni Versace, and then he started to give the ghost of Gianni Versace a blowjob in front of the psychic. It was the greatest fucking thing ever. And the psychic's going along with it, just like, where's his dick? Where's Gianni's dick?
Did that one make it to air?
It's on the DVD, I think. I think they put it on the DVD. They might.
He blew the ghost of Gianni Versace.
It was fucking great.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a great. He's Sacha Baron Cohen's a fucking genius.
He really is great.
Yeah, and that was like a real. It's to me, it's just an honor when you're like a fan of comedy. You get to work with those guys, and like it's
How
fucking
do you get
crazy.
a job like that? I mean, you were a young kid. How old were you when you were writing that show?
I guess that was a few years ago. I was probably like 21 or 22 or something
you got
like
some
that.
successful career, man.
It's been going pretty good.
You must think this whole comedy thing is pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not such
I think the comedy part is kind of, it's not that hard, the comedy. The work, yeah, comedy's always the easy part. That's what I do think that.
So are you like one of the in crowd now? Do you get to hang out with Adam Sandler and all those fucking guys?
I don't go anywhere, man.
What
like
are you
maybe
talking
like
about? You got some fucking famous friends. Don't give me
I
bullshit.
know Adam Sandler. I'm doing a movie with him.
That's
in a
what
few
I'm
months.
saying.
Yeah, I know Adam Sandler.
You're doing Green Hornet and an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, Judd's next movie is with me and Adam Sandler.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah,
Look at your career, man. This is
fucking crazy.
insane. What are
It's
you worth
great.
right now? Give me a ballpark.
I actually have no idea.
I don't buy that.
Because I don't know what I've been paid for. I have millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you got? A big house?
No, I don't have that big a house. I mean, it's pretty. It's bigger than any fucking house I grew up in. My whole life.
Yeah, where you living? Where
It's
you
around the size of this studio that we're in right now. But I live in L.A. It's I mean, I grew up in like apartments and shit. So
like your parents were like hippies, right? Weren't they?
yeah, they were like my mom's a social worker. My dad always worked for like nonprofit. They met on a kibbutz in Israel. Like
Kibbutz?
Yeah,
That's communism, man.
yeah, they're like socialists.
Yeah. How big's your penis?
I'd say flaccid. I haven't measured in years. It's a good size.
Is it really?
I'd say it's normal.
Gee, I was hoping you were small. I mean, things are going a little too well.
I know exactly, but it's weird looking.
Really?
No, it's not.
What a shame.
It's a textbook penis. I'd say like it's your dictionary definition.
When I was researching your life, I found out that you were a karate student for 10 years, and you only made it to brown belt?
My teacher was tough, man. He was a tough teacher.
So, I mean, can you handle yourself?
I can kick some ass.
So for the movie Green Hornet, it's almost mandatory that you be somewhat versed in the martial arts.
Definitely. I'm a fighter in it. I got to learn to fight crime. And
have you ever fought people in real life in a match?
I've never been in like a real fight. Really, I was always like a pretty big guy, and people don't really want to pick on like a really.
You know katas
big,
and all.
I know my katas and my kumites. And
wow.
I took it at the fucking Jewish Community Center. I should say that. I don't want to make it seem like I'm in like a dojo in fucking Japan somewhere. Yeah,
right. You had a Jewish karate.
I was at the Vancouver Jewish Community Center.
Wow, all right. Well, I can't believe
he was Japanese, though. I think he could have been Japanese.
You're doing well, man. Look
Thank
at
you,
this.
sir.
All right, so let me understand something. You had this is your third movie, your third major film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's a hit. I mean, okay, you didn't beat Batman.
Well, yeah,
That's tough.
I don't want to beat Batman.
Were you bummed out?
No, I don't fucking care.
You don't care.
We're already the biggest weed movie ever.
Right. Bigger than Cheech and Chong. Were you a fan of the Cheech and Chong weed movies?
I was, but Up in Smoke grossed like 42 million. Like in 5 days, I think we've made more than every weed movie's ever made.
Who primarily goes to see the movie? Even though it's rated R, I imagine kids go see it, right?
I hope so. I mean, yeah,
they somehow
I
sneak
think
in.
9-year-olds should go. So, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, they got a lot of our ticket sales, I think.
So this is good, man. Life is good.
It's fucking great. I'm psyched.
Any shitty stuff going on in your life?
No, not really. I'm trying to think. My girlfriend wants a dog. I don't. That's about it.
You're going to give in?
I don't want to. I really don't think I will.
Why don't you want a dog?
Oh, we just travel all the time. It's just
so why is she looking to complicate things?
She just everything's too good. See,
she's not pressuring you to get married?
No, not at all.
Yeah. You use a rubber with your girlfriend?
No.
What do you use?
She's on the birth control.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, it's great.
So you don't even have to pull out.
No, not at all. I like to just because I come on myself usually. I like to feel my own love.
Aren't you like to come on yourself? You're the only guy I know.
I like put it on my belly.
Aren't you afraid that your girlfriend
is secretly going to get pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, she could skip a couple of pills because
she's the last person in the world that she does not have a maternal bone in her body, like in the best way. She wants a dog.
But if I'm her, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, look, I don't want to lose you.
Yeah.
I'm in love with you.
Oh, so she's
I want
now
your baby.
got a scheme?
She knows I don't like babies that much. She knows my baby is not reason for me to stick around. I'd
You
say,
will leave her if she has a
you
baby.
keep that fucking rat. You could raise that fucker.
You don't want that kid.
I don't want that kid.
You like your life. You want to smoke weed. You want to hang with your friends. Do you have a bunch of male buddies you hang out with?
Yeah, I have the guys that you see me in movies with for the most part.
And you don't seem bitter at all. You don't say to a guy like Sandler, hey, Sandler, where were you when I needed you? How come now all of a sudden you want me?
No, not at all. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
How did Sandler approach you about being in a movie?
Judd, it was through Judd, but I've known him for a little while. I mean, he's friends with Judd. I've known him throughout the years.
What kind of movie is it?
It's about, we play stand-up comics.
Oh.
And, it's kind of like Judd's other movies. It's like a kind of relationship dramedy. I don't fucking know.
Cool.
Should be a good one.
Well, it sounds great, man. You're doing very well.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's an
sir.
exciting life.
Yeah, and I love the movie Pineapple Express. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you liked it.
I could just sit and watch people get high and like act stupid.
Yeah, I'm
Me
sitting
too.
here
Yeah.
thinking about some of the scenes, and it makes me laugh because they were just so ridiculously stoned.
It's people getting, that's what I like.
It's just stupid. It's really great. See Seth Rogen in Pineapple Express in theaters now. When you write a film like this, is it hard to explain it to the studio?
Yeah, no, we wrote this movie in 2001, and it took a really long time to get made because they're just like, it doesn't sound like a good idea, you know? Like, I acknowledge that. Like, you tell people,
I was
like,
doing the commercials for it, and I thought the commercial just sounded like I said, oh, it's these two guys who get high, and then they have to run away from because they can be traced through their drugs. And, it's hard to really explain.
It is, and I get that. You know, like, there's two types of movies I always think. Like, ones you can pitch to people and ones that you can't, and you just have to write. And, like, this is definitely the ones that you can't pitch
So you got
people.
to make this because the other two were so successful, they finally said, you know what, this fucking guy seems to know what he's doing.
Exactly. I think they just realized, like, someone's going to fucking make it. We might as well
Did
do
the
it.
studio guys come down to the set every day and watch you guys fucking around like that and smoking weed and
No,
shit?
they literally didn't. Like, we didn't see them once the entire fucking time.
You have to send them dailies?
We didn't. I think they watched it. We literally didn't hear one word.
Or is it real weed in the movie?
No, it's this fake shit. It's gross. It'll probably kill me in 3 years. I always keep thinking like the Tin Man. That guy died from all the fucking paint.
Right,
Did he? Yeah,
Is
he
that
did.
true?
Yeah, he did. Like years later, like there was like he got like arsenic poisoning or something
You're
like that.
kidding me.
Yeah,
The
I feel
Tin
like,
Man?
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen with me in this smoke. Like,
Who's that? Ray Bulger was the Tin Man, wasn't he?
Bulger was a scarecrow, I think.
Yeah, right. Who was the Tin Man?
Tin Man, you don't know because
Ray Milland? Who was Ray Milland?
Ray Milland wasn't
Wasn't
in
the
it,
Tin
was
Man Jack, the guy who burned up in a fire?
Who was Victor?
Jack Cassidy or something?
Victor Mature.
The guy's name was Jack Haley.
Jack Haley.
Yeah, man, I didn't know he died from the paint.
He died from the fucking paint.
Wow.
And all those munchkins probably too. That's
Those
back when
munchkins were horribly mistreated. Also,
they didn't test anything back then.
What is that fake pot they give you? Who knows what that
I have no exactly. It could be fucking asbestos. I have no idea what
And I
it is.
imagine with all the outtakes and everything, you're smoking up a
We
storm.
smoked thousands of those things. It's gross. The whole thing's gross. You'd come home at the end of the day, you're like working in a fucking coal mine. It was disgusting.
All right.
Yeah, and they think movies are easy.
Hey, you know, being an actor's really hard. A lot of people don't appreciate that.
Fake weed.
We have to smoke fake weed all day.
What is it? Fa fa flo
I
fly.
hate to be a dick, but I'm just looking up. Jack Haley family died of a heart attack.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
A paint-induced heart attack.
It was the lion who died from the Mega.
The lion died from
I hate the internet for that fucking reason right there. Ever since the internet came along, I'm wrong about everything.
You get called out. You know, in the old days, no one could challenge
No one would know. I would have been right.
Let me go take a couple of phone calls. This is Seth Rogen, the star of Pineapple Express, soon to be the Green Hornet, soon to be in an Adam Sandler movie. Look at this guy. He's doing it all, and I'm happy for him, you know?
Thank you.
It's nice to see a nice guy who's, you know, you don't have to be so goddamn pretty. No offense. I mean, you're prettier than I am.
I don't care.
Head, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now, brother. How you doing?
Now.
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm a real big fan of Seth, and I thought he was really, really funny. And you, me, and Dupree.
Thanks.
When you were stealing that box of porn, man, I laughed my ass off.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
All right. Head Alex, you're on the air.
Howdy do.
Good.
Hey, Seth, and how you doing, Howard?
Hey.
Hey, Seth, hey, how do you feel about, like, the Robot Chickens and the Wonder Showsins and those kind of shows?
I like those shows. Robot Chicken's funny. Wonder Shows'n's funny.
How come I don't know this? Am I an old fart? I mean, I am an old fart, but
their shows on Adult Swim on the Cartoon Network. They're really funny. That Xavier Renegade Angel's funny too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know
Wonder
that.
Showsin is the most racist show in the world, like, but it's so great because it's like, you know. It's
It
cool,
is.
But,
That's not why I like it, though.
Hansie, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yo, what's going on? Two things. First, Pineapple Express is one of the funniest fucking pothead movies ever.
Hey, you love pot, man.
Yeah, Hansie's a big pothead.
How much pot you smoke, Hansie?
What's it called? I once smoked 450 roaches one time, man.
450 roaches? At one time?
Yeah, to myself on New Year's. It took me like 3 hours to break up.
You know what's funny? I know so many guys who've done that on New Year's. It's so fucking. You're like the third guy I know who's done that.
Hansie's like the guy you should just research for pot movies.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
The fact that you knew how many it was so fast.
Yeah, go ahead, Hansie.
Seth, if you come to Toronto, man, we should smoke a big fatty, man.
Okay, you're in Toronto?
Do a lot of people offer you pot now?
So, they do, and it's great. I encourage it among listeners, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, hi. I saw Zach and Marie last night, and I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, wow, great.
And I got laid after that, too.
What did he
my
see?
My girlfriend had the giggles, so thank you for getting me laid last night.
Thank you. He did, I did a Kevin Smith movie called Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. That movie looks hilarious.
Thanks.
All right, Sam, go ahead. I don't know what the fuck his point is. Sam, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now, Howard. How you doing?
Hey.
I got a question for Seth. Going back to his Freaks and Geeks days, a girl that's often, I think, overlooked is Linda Cardellini.
Yeah.
How awesome was she to work with?
She was great. She's on ER right now, I think. Like half the
Yeah,
cast.
she was wearing all the baggy clothes back in the days, but on ER, she's having an affair with John Stamos, and you see her in her lingerie. and
she's
underwear
super
and
hot.
stuff. I mean,
She is pretty hot.
Smoking, Howard. You got to have her on the show.
When you were on a TV show when you're 13, you had to be getting laid back then. How old were you when you first started getting laid?
I was old. I was like, I mean, if you saw Superbad, you'll know I didn't get laid that much. I didn't get laid till I was like 19, I think.
I don't understand, though. You were on TV. I mean...
Well, I didn't get on the show till I was 17.
Okay.
So there was a few years there.
Jeez.
It's hard, but like I was on a fucking show called Freaks and Geeks. It's not like I was on like Hot and Sexy,
Yeah,
you know.
but I mean, did you have any
You're
crazy?
still in Hollywood.
You know, when you
Yeah.
go to regular school and then all of a sudden you're in Hollywood and then you're, you know, you think.
But I didn't go back to regular school after that.
I see. Did you ever do anything crazy like three-way orgies or anything?
No.
You haven't had any fun.
I know, it's crazy. I think about it.
Did you smoke weed before this interview today?
No, it's way too fucking early. You would have known.
Let's go to Derek finally in Ontario.
Hey now, how are you guys doing?
Hey.
Howard, first off, thanks for showcasing so many great Canadian talents. It's awesome to have you on, Seth. Congratulations on all your success.
Thanks.
Can you give a little insight to what happened on the MTV Movie Awards? You guys were smoking pot promoting the movie, but they pulled the camera out, and like, what the fuck happened there?
You guys were on the MTV Movie Awards. I remember, and you were smoking, I guess, a fake joint, I assume.
And they pulled really wide. Basically, you know, the joke was, like, everyone asked what we smoke, obviously, and we thought, you know, the joke would be, oh, we smoke this, it's fake weed, and then we smoke it and we pretend to get stoned. And it's a pretty fucking simple joke. And then we were about to go on and do it, and literally, like, 30 seconds before we were supposed to go on, they're like, you guys can't do that. And we were like, what the fuck? This idea's been around for weeks. So we just said, we're going to fucking do it anyway. And we did, and they kind of pussied out, and they pulled way wide. But MTV's fucked. I was just on TRL the other day, which is not live. and and we're about to go on, and so we've been there for like an hour, and they're prepping us, and we're literally about to go on in 30 seconds to talk about Pineapple Express, and they're like, okay, go on, and don't mention weed at all. Go. And so we go on, and just whether the question pertained to it or not, we made sure everyone knew to smoke a lot of weed before they went and saw the movie.
Oh man, that's unbelievable.
Fucking cocksuckers.
Well, you got a chance. Kick Steve Langford right in the balls.
Oh, I will.
All right, let's go to BJ. What the hell's that got to do with anything? BJ, go ahead in Phoenix. Quickly, you got the last word.
I hear a bong. I like it.
BJ.
Whoa, that was for you there, Rogue.
Well, thank you, sir.
Isn't that nice?
I think we got a lot in common, dude. That's what me and all my friends do. Sit around and fucking watch movies and get stoned, dude. If you need anybody in a movie, holla back, Jack.
All right, BJ.
Okay,
I think this guy's perfect for your next show.
He's going to steal my job.
Everybody go see Pineapple Express. I give it a big thumbs up. And I think it's important. If you did have children of your own, would you tell them it's okay to smoke weed?
I couldn't tell them, though. If I did, they probably wouldn't. So that I would.
What is the appropriate age to start smoking weed?
I think like around 13.
There you go. Words of wisdom. Yeah. So there it is. Pineapple Express. What can I say? Robin and I had a blast watching it.
Thank you so much. I hope you get to see the rest of it.
I will definitely check out.
It gets better.
I saw the whole thing.
Well, awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I hope I get a gold star.
So how'd it go in there? You had fun?
Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun.
What is it about Howard Show that you like doing? Free to say what you want.
He's funny. You can talk about whatever you want. He asks good questions, and he's fucking hilarious. Most of all, he's just a funny guy.
You talk a lot about smoking pot, like openly.
Well, it's a weed movie. I'm promoting the movie.
No, but just in general, like, do you think there's going to be any negative repercussions to, like, you know, saying you smoke pot? And...
No, I think because I've been pretty open about it is part of the reason that there hasn't really been any. I mean, I think it's pretty hard to attack the guy that takes this position that weed isn't that bad, you know? I mean, it's really not. So I don't get, like, no one's really making that great an argument to the other side of that.
All right, man.
I'm waiting to take a piss. It's okay.
So you had a good time today?
Huh?
You had a good time then?
I had a great time. It was a blast.
All right, thanks for stopping by, dude.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Tommy Chong's here to promote his new book. I want to say hi to Tommy. I can't believe Cheech and Chong got back together again. That's a miracle.
Yes, we can talk to him since the reunion. Remember, he was having a little trouble talking to Cheech.
Tommy Chong is part of the famous comedy duo Cheech and Chong. They've been apart for years. Suddenly there's a revival. I don't know how Tommy and Cheech got back together, but we'll hear the whole story. There's a good guy. Tommy Chong. I love this guy. Big fan. Tommy, did Cheech and Chong make a lot of money?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
I mean, enough that, like, you and Cheech getting back together, was it a money-driven thing?
He got divorced just recently.
And then he called you.
And a guy like Cheech doesn't. How you doing, Tommy? A guy like Cheech doesn't sign a prenuptial agreement with his wife.
No, well, even if he does, you have to give the minimum, which will break you anyway.
Right. There's some money that exchanged hands. Yeah. Cheech, I guess, got full of himself. Cheech and Chong was such a great comedy duo. And then I think Cheech got a little full of himself with the acting.
Well, he lives in Malibu, he hangs out with Geraldo,
Right. His fancy friends.
The parties,
So how do you guys...
The golf.
Then the golf. Yeah. How do you guys end up getting back together again?
Well, I wrote that book.
Right.
This book. The unauthorized autobiography.
Of Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong. He had nothing to do with it.
Was he upset that he didn't have any?
Yeah.
I mean, in other words, if there's a Cheech and Chong story to be told, you would think Cheech would be a part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you said, hey, this cat's not calling me, so I'll write the fucking book.
That's right. That's right.
You were there. You know everything that happened.
And I'm the writer.
Right.
And so I wrote it.
So he picked up the phone and said, wait a second, if you're telling my story...
Well, more or less. More or less. What he did, him and his managers put a tour together.
Right.
And they offered me the tour, and I said, I'll do it if provided, my wife opens the show, and he said, yeah. Before that, he wasn't really thrilled to having my wife anywhere near the group,
really?
The two of us, yeah.
What was it like? I mean, how long had it been since you had any kind of communication and seen your former partner, Cheech? Cheech
Well,
Marin?
we were talking about a movie just before I got busted. In fact, when I got busted, that ended the movie idea.
He distanced himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, here you had a lot of bitter feelings. I'm sure he never visited you in jail.
One
time he
yeah.
did. I
Yeah,
mean,
he came. He came with Larry Charles, the guy that was going to direct the movie. They came out one time, but Cheech was, he wasn't too comfortable, being around that kind of environment.
I thought he did say a few things when you were going through all the legal battles.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he stood up for me.
Yeah.
Why? So what is it like when you walk in the room and there's Cheech, and now you have to, I assume, put together your comedy show? You're going around doing live comedy now.
Well, we did it.
What was it like sitting in the room with him?
It was incredible.
It was incredible.
It was incredible. It was like we'd been off for 2 weeks.
Really? And you were able to
And
jam?
it was fun?
It was so much fun.
Still the pot humor, or did you feel you were no longer capable of
No.
that?
No. It was a Cheech and Chong humor. That's the only thing we could remember.
And how many dates did you do together?
We did 6 shows in La Jolla in a little small comedy club.
And was it mostly your greatest hits from all the Cheech and Chong
It
albums?
was the only thing we could remember.
So there were no new references. In other words, you went in and you gave the people what they wanted. It's almost like when the Beatles, if the Beatles could go out on tour, do the hits, give the people what Dave's not here. Let's run through the routine.
That's it. We did the routine. The good part, the new part of the show was that I've been doing stand-up for like 20 years by myself.
Sure.
And so to fill in, I would do stand-up.
Right.
And then my wife Shelby opened the show, and she did like 25 minutes of killer stuff.
Comedy?
Killed it. Comedy.
No kidding.
Stand-up comedy.
And she was good.
She was incredible.
You love that wife.
6 shows.
You must
6 shows.
Now, wait a minute.
The last
Is
show
she good, or are you
she's
just
good.
in love?
Hey,
he's in love.
No, she's good. You can be in love all you want, but when you get on that stage, you're either funny or you're not funny. You can still be in love, but she's not working.
You bring up your wife in your new book, of course, in the authorized biography of Tommy Chong and Cheech Marin. You say you met your wife while you were married to the other wife.
Yes.
So when you see this guy, John Edwards,
yes,
the vice presidential candidate and all that, when you see him in trouble, do you laugh at this guy for lying about all of this? Should he have just come clean?
Well, his penis, the penis rules.
Right. And he won't say that.
So any man, like a Clinton or anybody, the penis, you just have to laugh at his penis.
You can't argue with it, right?
How long did you lie for? In other words, you must have lived the lie for a while.
Oh, I lived it a long time. I lived it. Well, she was still in high school.
Oh.
And we were never.
Your wife, who's now was in high school.
Oh, you were waiting for her to get out of school.
No, we were never. The reason we stayed together, we were never going to be together.
Right.
It was a plan. She said, "You're married," and the reason we had our affair was that I was safe. She didn't want to get involved with anybody. I'm a married man. She could, come and go as she pleased.
Right.
And so we were never going to be together.
Right.
And then she got pregnant. And then we decided. We didn't even think about getting rid of it. We just said, yeah, we're going to keep it.
So you had to go home and tell your wife.
No.
What?
Oh, no.
You kept it quiet?
Kept it quiet.
How do you do that?
I kept 2 families.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
You had 2 families. How long did you have the 2 families?
Years.
No shit.
God, what a
how
hero.
Did you get, yeah, I mean,
my wife, my ex-wife, finally got tired of it, and
she knew.
Oh, so she knows now.
Oh yeah, they know. They know from the beginning.
Right.
They know from the beginning, but they don't mention. You don't talk. As long as you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. You see, and it might go away.
So should John Edwards have come out right away and just said, or you admire what he did? In other words, try to keep it a secret, keep a lid on it.
Do you just have sympathy for the guy? And of course he's lying, but he can't help it.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, when are you going to tell the truth? Yeah, I messed up. You just have to. Well, my excuse, like my first wife is black, beautiful Maxine.
Black woman.
And so I just, my joke is that, I became so black I ended up marrying a white woman.
But you've never cheated on this new wife?
No. Well, not officially.
Oh, my God.
No.
The love of your life?
What happened there?
No.
There's a lot of high school
Is
kids
that in the
around.
book too?
It's not the guy, it's the penis.
I know. It has
My
nothing to
penis
do
has
with
been
it.
retired.
What did your penis do?
No, it's retired. It's been retired for years.
You have a black fixation, though. I know your current wife is
fixation?
white, but you always wanted to be a black guy. You
Yeah.
grew up in a black neighborhood,
Yeah,
I take it, and then you said, hey, man.
Well, I grew up in Calgary, the only black neighborhood. There was like 6 black people in the whole city.
Right, but you were fascinated.
But I found
with
it. I found them
Right.
wherever they were. I found them. Yeah. And when I got into
it
the
is to be a black man. Are you serious? You wanted to be a black?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
He
In
was
Canada.
ready. He was ready for
In
it.
Canada.
In
Oh, I
Canada,
see.
listen. If you're a black guy in Canada, you get the foxes of foxes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so few.
Yeah, there's so
You're
few.
a novelty.
And you don't have to sing. You just have to be able to stand on stage and hold a microphone and make a noise or something. And all the girls would flock.
Beetlejuice would get laid.
Here we are celebrating the career of Cheech and Chong in this new book. And, you think about it, isn't it a miracle that a guy like Tommy Chong and a guy like Cheech Marin succeeded? I mean, how many comedians can really make and generate the record sales and the money and the stage money? It really is a phenomenal thing, right? Do you ever look back on it and go, how the hell did it all happen?
Oh, yeah.
How did you two find each other?
He was dodging the draft up in Canada. He was the only Mexican I know that snuck into Canada.
He had it all wrong.
Yeah, and he actually became a landed immigrant for a while.
Yeah.
And then he met me, and I had a acting group going, and then the acting group broke up.
He was dodging the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
So in a way, the Vietnam War, if it wasn't for that, you two never would have met.
That's right.
So you love the Vietnam War.
Oh, well, for that reason.
Sure. Why
And we
not?
had a lot of material. And then, so when Cheech and I, when the other actors left, Cheech and I stayed together. We formed a band first.
You were a musician.
Yeah, and Cheech is a singer, somewhat.
But you wrote the hit song Basketball Jones.
Yeah.
So I mean, you really
With
know how to
Cheech,
handle,
yeah.
and you hung out with real serious musicians. You hung out with Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And some of the big stars today. Tina Turner, did you hang out with?
I'm a big,
You didn't fuck her, though.
You
did
didn't see Ike, hit
I was
upside the head
with
with a
Ike.
boot.
He lent him a sneaker. Tommy was backstage, and I said, "You got that sneaker? What size is that?"
As a matter of
the
fact,
show, and the rest was history.
I read a great story about how recently in the paper about how Basketball Jones came about. Didn't Jack Nicholson have something to do with that?
Yeah.
What is
He
that
was
story?
he was driving Cheech and I to the Laker game, and he was impatient, so he was driving on the wrong side of the road on the oncoming traffic because he's Jack Nicholson, and he was passing all the cars going into the parking lot. And so Cheech was in the back seat, and every time Cheech got nervous, he'd sing and make up words for different songs. And instead of Love Jones, he was in the back seat going, "I got a basketball Jones."
That's funny.
Got a basketball Jones. And he sang that, and the next day, I remembered, and we went into the studio, and
it was a big hit.
And then we wrote the rest of the
How many records did that sell, Basketball Jones?
Oh, no idea.
You don't even remember.
I never got an account.
But Jack Nicholson is a bit of a hypocrite in your life in the sense that you met him early on before Cheech and Chong were famous, and he basically told you to fuck off, didn't he?
In a Jack Nicholson way.
Where were you? Where did you meet him? At a party?
It was at Lou Adler's house.
Lou Adler was a big record producer.
Yeah, and he was our producer.
Right.
And he discovered us, and we had I think we had a record out by then.
Right.
Dave's not here, but no one really knew who we were.
Right.
And so we were at this Lou Adler party, and everybody was there, like Mick Jagger, and I went into this room to smoke a joint, and John Lennon's sitting on the floor, and so I offered him a toke, and John, no, he had immigration problems, so he didn't want to smoke.
Is that embarrassing when you go up to a big celebrity and say, "Hey, let's smoke together," and they turn you down?
Not really.
No.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Right.
It was a big stinky joint. It wasn't a good. It was
Not like the shit you get today.
No, not like today.
No.
And then Rod Stewart walked in.
Yeah.
And he started messing with his hair, and I offered him a toke, and he said, "No, his voice."
His voice.
And so then,
no one would smoke with you.
It was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, it was a little bit
It was
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
And so I walked out, and I ran into Nicholson, and instead of offering him a joint, I tried to give him a compliment, And you know how you get nervous and you say the wrong thing.
Right.
Well, I said the wrong thing. He had just did a movie called Last Detail.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just staring at me, and he never had his dark glasses on. He's just looking at me. And I said, hey, you know, I really liked you in the movie. And I said, you know that scene where you're combing your hair, like you comb for about an hour, you know? And I says, did you improvise that? I said, because it was amazing, because you don't have any hair and you're combing it.
And what did he say?
He says, excuse me. Just walked by me. And just,
so here you were at the beginning of your career, and you know, you were sort of a pariah. I mean, here you are, this hippie who, you know, smokes weed all day.
Nobody will smoke with you.
And all these so-called wild boys, they're all shying away from you.
Oh, totally.
You were too wild for them.
Totally, man.
It's a fabulous life, man. It really is.
Yeah, if anybody watches Laker games, Lou Adler is the guy who's always sitting right next to Nicholson.
Right, that's the guy.
They're best friends,
Yeah, he made a lot of money, didn't he?
Oh, Lou? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he married money, too, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of acid in your past, of course, because, I mean, hey, Cheech and Chong, I mean, it's the drug guys.
Yeah.
But you describe, you got off acid. You used to take your kids to the movies while you were on acid.
Just one time.
Is that irresponsible? Are those kids' movies so bad you got to take acid?
I thought it would be a good trip. You know, it was...
What was the movie?
What was the movie?
Thumbelina?
Thumbelina.
I know, I read the book.
Thumbelina.
Yes.
You gotta take acid.
No, I thought it would be a good one to trip on acid. But the story is this grown woman is going to marry a rat.
That's right.
That's trippy enough.
And we're sitting, my wife and I are both tripping, and we're looking at, oh no, she's going to marry a rat. And then it was in the ghetto.
Get away from that rat.
It was in the ghetto. And the theater was like in the afternoon. It was kind of a ghetto theater, and they had all these little kids running up and down the aisles like rats. They were running up and down, and so we freaked.
This was your first wife?
No. This is
second wife.
This is Shelby.
Wow.
This is Shelby.
Wow.
And this is our little girl. Oh no, the first wife would never go there. No acid with my first wife.
Did your first wife really not understand the whole Cheech and Chong thing? It was just something she just didn't get.
No, she didn't get.
Yeah.
Really?
When to be married to you, you'd have to get what you
when I came home as a comedian, you know, like I left as a musician,
right.
And when I came back as a comedian,
She was like, I didn't buy into this.
No, she said, and then I brought Cheech home with me.
Boy.
This is my partner.
I brought Cheech. He slept on the couch. We're both unemployed.
The Mexican guy on the couch.
Yeah, and she said, "Sorry, you're going to have to go."
Yeah,
and so I left.
You could understand why the wife wouldn't understand that.
But it was nice. You know, I had nothing when I left. If she actually supported me and Shelby and I, you know, just giving us food money and let me use her car.
She was nice.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's beautiful.
She must be. I've never seen her, but your daughter is so gorgeous.
Oh, Ray Dawn. Where's she hiding? Where's she been, Ray Dawn, Chong?
She's in Connecticut somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
She met a guy.
Settled down, got out of the acting business?
No, she's still but she's writing more now, you know, writing and stuff.
So the Cheech and Chong reunion, the recent reunion, wasn't about the money, was it? Was it like you guys needed the money? Or, Oh, you need the money. Oh,
well, you need more than the money. We needed. Cheech needed his title back, you know.
Right.
Cheech of Cheech and Chong, you know.
Right.
He was Cheech with the art collection or Cheech the golfer. And now there's no money in that. And he's got a new girlfriend.
Champion.
And he's got a new girlfriend.
Oh, no kidding.
He's got a beautiful Russian concert pianist.
No kidding.
And she
young girl?
Yeah, young.
How
very
old?
Young. Still
30s?
under 30.
No, under 30.
I think.
How the fuck old is Cheech?
Oh, he's 66.
That's expensive, man.
And he's got a girlfriend under 30.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he looks
Does
like...
he have any kids?
He looks like what?
He's worn out.
Oh, God.
He's got that look like, I got to go home and, I don't know.
Wow, but I mean...
Service her, I don't know.
That's young stuff.
But does he have kids? Because they might be older than her.
Probably.
Do you get jealous when you see Cheech with the young... I mean, I know you love your wife, but you don't...
I'm at the age... You don't get jealous, you get curious.
You don't get... It looks like more aggravation than it's worth.
You just want to see the video.
Does Cheech have to do like weird shit with her, like go do stuff, and because he's got the young wife?
Well, no, they got a different kind of relationship now. And, like, I've just gotten back into that world just recently.
Right.
So I really, I'm not really that
You mentioned
well-versed,
You
huh?
mentioned in the book you vacationed in France and you went to a nude beach and you got a boner on the beach.
Oh,
That's not what you're supposed to do.
They always say you're not supposed to get a boner on a nude beach. 'Cause it's not cool.
Again, the penis rules.
Yeah, right.
Who has
You tell your
control over
penis.
boners?
How long ago
But
was
doesn't
this?
the sign at the beach say no boners?
How long ago was that?
It was in the 80s, early 80s,
Right.
like 81.
So you go on the nude beach, you're with your wife?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's nude and you're nude.
Yeah.
And then there's all these nude women walking around.
Oh, there's
and you
thousands of them.
and you quite naturally get a boner. I would get a boner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and but who are these guys who go there and then pretend like they're not excited by this?
Well, we're all in the water. Gay guys. We're all in the water. You see guys in the water.
Because this is like you could write a whole book about this, just about that subject.
Yeah, how
because
do you do that?
every time I'd read one of those nudist magazines when I was a kid, that was before porno. They'd say, "Listen, it's a faux pas to get a boner," and I'm like, "How could you? How could you control that? There's naked women around."
Well, one way is you look at the ugly ones, you know.
Yeah.
That helps. Or guys, you know, look at guys, and that helps too.
There's a lot of ugly, fat nudists, and you're always amazed, right? I mean, like, why would you be nude with that kind of physique?
That's why, because they like to expose themselves.
Did it turn you on that other men were looking at your beautiful wife? Did that turn you on?
I have to ignore that part.
You do.
I'm more concerned looking at what's out there.
But when she gets naked, aren't you a little protective? You're like, hey, I don't want anyone looking at my wife.
No.
You don't care. I mean, you're cool. You're a hippie. You really are a hippie, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, come on, we'll all be naked.
Yeah.
And you must have a big schlong if you're willing to get naked in front of people. If you were small, you probably
used to have. Not
it shrunk?
lately.
What happened?
Yeah,
I've never heard of those.
No, you get older.
away. Yeah.
You get older. It's lack of use.
Going back before the Cheech and Chong days when you were a musician, you hung out with many famous people. Diana Ross, Jimi Hendrix. And
It was
you
like you were the Zelig of show business. You hung out with everybody.
Yeah, I did.
And you say Jimi Hendrix had groupies, but they were very underage.
Oh, yeah, he had crazies. They're not groupies, they're crazies.
Crazy.
So it wasn't his fault they were hanging around. They just found him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he attracted everybody.
How old were the girls he was banging?
Oh, who knows?
But they were young.
I really don't know. He was more of a junkie when I knew him. You know?
Right,
he was
right.
more into nodding out than he was in.
You never messed with that stuff. You never got into heroin. No coke.
I've seen too many casualties. You know?
Right. Jackson 5 you hung around with?
Yeah,
You knew Michael
we
Jackson?
discovered him.
You discovered that?
Everybody now has discovered the Jackson 5. You,
No, we did.
Diana,
We really did. No, Diana.
Gladys Knight.
No, Diana Ross discovered us.
Right. Is that true?
The Supremes came down to the club we were playing at,
Uh-huh.
and she saw us, and she called Barry, who she was doing a thing with.
Right, yeah.
And Barry flew to Vancouver and signed us on the spot, and then forgot about us. Then we had to pack up and make our way to Detroit. But then we got on the road after I did the song "Does Your Mama Know About Me?" We're on the road, promoting it, and we played in Chicago at the Regal Theater. Is it there?
Because you guys in your movies,
and that's where we found the Jackson 5. They opened for us.
Oh wow! And and you told people about them?
No, we took them. Bobby Taylor actually had them stay at Bobby's house for a month before the Motown hierarchy song.
Does it make you sad to see what had happened with Michael Jackson? That he's like kind of like a freak.
I've known Michael ever since. When he was a little 10-year-old kid, standing in a little box, combing his hair in the dressing room. And I've known Michael really. I've known pretty intimate. I knew him. He was at the top of his game when he was that age.
Yeah.
Right.
And he never really got away from that age, that feeling. He was bigger than anybody at that age.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he grew up, but he still
Childlike.
He still wanted to be that age.
Yeah, he didn't want to get older.
No.
That's
He was
a
Peter
drag.
Pan. He really was Peter Pan.
Yeah, it's sad.
And
But the rest of the family was kind of wacky too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're from Gary, Indiana, and all of a sudden you got millions of dollars. You're going to be wacky.
You know what's funny with you guys in your movies? You made it out like you guys were shitty musicians. Like whenever you guys would start jamming with your guitars and stuff, it would always
it
sound
didn't
crappy.
work,
So
yeah.
it was a put on. You were a professional musician.
Yeah, it's for humor,
Yeah, right.
That was the only thing I had against Cheech, going on duets. He was trying to be serious,
Right.
And I try to tell him before, always be in a character,
Right.
A funny character doing the music, because, there's
Once you
nothing
start-
more boring than a real good musician being a real good musician.
When you were a musician, is that how you met Bob Dylan?
No, Dylan came over to the house when I was a comedian.
When you were a comedian and you were famous.
Had a
already.
nice house in Malibu.
Dylan was a fan of Cheech and Chong.
Well, no, actually, Dylan, we had a mutual friend, a guy named Bob Gilbert.
Right.
Was this artist that built Dylan's house, and he built my house and Cheech's house and boats and everything else. And he was like a little go-between. And I was having Tai Chi lessons at my house. And Dylan's wife, Sarah, was part of the Tai Chi class. And then Dylan came over one day to play basketball. He liked basketball.
You played one-on-one against Dylan?
Cheech and I and Dylan, we all played. It was like a one-on-one thing.
One-on-one, what, not a game of horse, but you would just play whoever got scored 5 baskets first?
Yeah.
Did you beat Dylan?
I don't remember. I think so.
Really?
All I remember is Dylan tried to drive by me, and I dumped him on his butt. It was sweet. Just bam.
Was it that one time, or did you become friends?
No, we're like, as much as you can become a Dylan friend, he's
a
very
weird guy.
Oh yeah,
Like you guys are weird.
He's
but
almost weirder than you, man. Almost.
No one's
But
weirder
is
than me.
everybody like you've met all the Hollywood greats, all the big rock stars? Is everybody weird?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Basically.
Who isn't weird?
Basically, yeah.
So you
they're
beat
all
Bob
weird.
Dylan in basketball, probably.
Oh, just one time.
One time, and that was it.
And then we went into my steam bath, my sauna, and we hung out there for a while.
With Dylan, naked?
With Dylan, yeah.
You were naked with Dylan?
Yeah.
And he didn't try any funny business, did he? He didn't reach over and...
We're not telling that.
Was it
part.
weird to meet a guy one time and then say, hey, let's get naked and get in the steam room?
It was very weird. It was Bob Dylan. It was very weird.
Yeah.
Because he seemed really young.
Yeah. And you said to him, hey, man, let's get in my steam room. Was it you, Cheech, and Dylan?
And Bob, yeah.
Naked?
Yep.
That's weird, man. You were naked.
The
Sweating.
three
though.
of you.
It's sweating. It's a whole different
It's
thing.
kind of creepy, you know? Was Michael Jackson in there, too?
That would be creepy.
No, Michael would be busy if he was around me.
Who was the greatest comedian that ever lived?
The greatest comedian?
The greatest. Who was the
That
biggest
you've
influence?
seen, let's say.
Red Fox.
Red Fox was your biggest influence.
Red Fox was the greatest. I've seen Red Fox a couple of times. I seen him do 2 hours.
Wow.
One time, and he got the crowd up.
He was funny.
And then he got so terrible. He got
took 'em
so
down.
bad. He took him down that they were leaving. And he went to the door and opened the door for him.
What was the
and
problem?
they ran out.
Do you think he didn't know when he was funny?
He
Or?
knew. He
wa-
had that control. He could do anything he wanted with an audience.
But why would he want to make them hate him?
Because that's part of the game, you know. Get
bored.
Get them to love you, and then get them to hate you, and then get them to love you again.
Really? It was so easy for him. He played games like that.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's in that caliber.
Yeah.
Steve Martin could take any audience and do anything he wants with them.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah, they say in
those
the early.
guys.
I read his book, Steve Martin, and in the early days, he describes his learning his craft. It was like science to him.
Yeah.
Fucking with the audience and seeing what the hell he could get out of it.
Well, he had the best teacher, an empty room. You know,
Right.
no one coming in, and you had to do your comedy.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to learn how to do that in front of a huge crowd.
No, you can't.
And Lenny Bruce was one of your influences too,
Yeah,
right?
big,
I
big
would
time.
think.
Big
yeah.
time, big time.
Yeah.
But Lenny wasn't of the same caliber as
Red
Steve
Fox.
Martin or
Red
Red
Fox.
Fox. No.
Wow.
I mean, what I'm talking about is, most comedians can make you laugh for a while,
Right.
But to take an audience up and then bring them down, and like I've only seen Steve Martin and Red Fox, the only ones that did it.
What about Richard Pryor?
Well, Richard Pryor would do it, but Richard was more. If Richard was stoned, really stoned, coked out or something, you'd see some incredible stuff that you go, whoa, oh, I don't know if I wanted to see that. but when he was getting very popular in that, he never took that extra one where he would take him. He'd just make you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh.
Was George Carlin one of the greats?
Yes,
he was.
Definitely. Carlin was more of a wordsmith,
Right. Yeah.
He could do anything with words. I saw him at a tribute to Mort Saul.
Right.
I saw all the great Jewish comics. And
You told somebody that you thought George Carlin got very bitter toward the end of his life. He did? How do you know that?
Just the word out, you know.
Why was he bitter? What was he having to be bitter about?
Maybe he knew he was going to die or something. I don't know.
Really? Well, how did that manifest itself? How did he become bitter?
Well, he became bitter. He started, you know how he would attack the establishment? Well, he started attacking, like, homeless people. He was talking to everybody. He was attacking everybody.
His last couple are real angry.
That's bitter.
Some guy.
Homeless.
Get a job. What do you mean? What are you hanging around with me for?
So you never seem bitter to me. You always seem like just a happy guy. Like, no matter what life deals you, even going to jail.
Even going to jail,
And, you know, you deal with all that. You just kind of just go through life, man.
I found the secret, man.
What is the secret?
The secret. Well, you know the secret.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do.
I do,
Well,
but
would
you
you two
tell
give
us.
it to us?
Could you remind me again? What is good weed?
No, the secret is
New pussy.
The secret is, you know how they say the muse? You know, they talk about the muse?
Yeah.
Or watch Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods knows the secret.
Yeah.
See, there's a power. There's a power that drives us all.
Pussy.
Okay. It's a power.
It's pussy.
No. No, that's a sexual drive.
Oh.
No, the power, there's a power that drives every one of us. We all have access to it. But only the few, the greats, really know how to access that power. And Tiger Woods is one of them. You watch when Tiger had his broken
Are
leg.
you talking about the Force? I
the
learned
Force, what do you want to call it?
Star
The
Wars.
Force, or you want to call it the Presence?
Are you talking about the Matrix? No.
The
Memorian
Presence.
Guard, Jedi Master. I think I know what you're driving at.
The
here,
Presence.
man. Yeah.
The Presence.
Let's smoke a joint. Yeah.
The life force. The life force.
And you're saying Tiger Woods is onto it.
Okay, you like when people write some great things or do operas or whatever, you know, if you ask them, how did you do that? A lot of writers, you know, they get, like Hemingway used to get drunk out of his skull so he'd get out of his own way so he could write. So it's that force that actually did the writing for him. And like Tiger Woods, when you watch him before he does a shot, he stands, like he does a little meditation. He stands there. And then all of a sudden you can see it almost click in. He'll just almost like nod his head. Then he'll walk up, and then you hit the most incredible
So you're
shot.
saying you have that?
I know how to access it.
You do?
Yeah.
Who taught you that? Who was your teacher?
I've known all my life.
You just knew how to do it?
I've known all my life.
Did you always know you'd be famous? Did you always know it would succeed, the Cheech and Chong duo?
You know, I once, I don't know if it was in this book or the other book, but I said one time I was in a car we had just played with Hendrix.
Right.
And I was in the car with the band, and I said, you know, I'm going to be bigger than Hendrix someday. And the whole band looked at me like, are you nuts?
Put it into perspective, though. Put it into perspective. Was Cheech and Chong the biggest comedy act in the world?
It's going to be.
It's gonna be? You mean there's still life in Cheech and Chong?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean it's gonna be? It is,
we haven't,
though, right?
No, we haven't.
Did you sell more records than Steve Martin?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
And your movies were made millions and millions of dollars.
Bigger than anybody.
Are you
the top
honored?
rental.
Are you honored that, you know, now the pot movie is coming back, you know, with this Pineapple Express?
Yeah, we just had Seth Rogen on. I thought he did a pretty good homage to you.
Love it. Love
You
it.
like that. Did you see Pineapple Express?
Not yet.
Yeah, they smoke a lot of weed in it.
Oh, I love Knocked Up. Knocked Up, to me, is one of the best bouncer dialogue in the world. I've never seen anything better than that. I love Seth.
Tommy Chong's book, Cheech and Chong, is in stores now. Now, I should tell you that Tommy will be signing copies of his book today at noon, and you got to meet this guy. I don't know. There's some aura about him.
Well,
He's
he's
just a
got
good
that
guy.
power, the force.
He does have the force.
No, access. I know how to access.
yes.
And what he's saying is, if that power knows how to putt really good, you could be Tiger Woods.
Tommy, believe it or not, you could even touch him, maybe. I don't know. Tommy
Maybe
will be,
get a little bit.
Yeah, maybe get some of the force. You guys have to read the book because it's an amazing life. I mean, including smoking weed with Arnold Schwarzenegger is in your past. I mean,
Well,
is it
Arnold has
weird?
admitted to that. We're not outing him, are we?
No. Is it weird now to see the guy you used to smoke weed with?
Yeah,
Is the governor?
I've seen him. You know, I seen him just recently.
Did you? Where'd you see him?
In the Starbucks. We go to the same Starbucks, and he looked at me and he recognized me right away. He said, "Tommy," he said, "I said, you remember me, Arnold?" He goes, "Oh yes, He said, we both had a dream.
We both had a dream. Yeah.
He said, yeah, he did that.
Except you ended up in jail and I'm in the governor's mansion.
He didn't have that far.
So that was the whole interaction. Here's a guy you shared a joint with, and that's all he had
But
to
we
say.
looked at, but every time I'd seen Arlie, you know, we have a connection because we did Up and Smoke first before he did his movies.
Right.
And so he was a groupie right away. You know,
Right.
Because he knew me before I even was Cheech and Chong.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he saw me come up with Cheech. And all of a sudden I'm doing movies, and, you know, this is what he was into.
Right.
And so he knew me from that level. And then we tried to get him to help me get out of jail. And so he knew me from that level.
I remember that,
You
yeah.
went in for a pardon, didn't you?
Well, we went to see if, you know, we had people talk to him to see whether or not he could do anything.
And he didn't step in.
Oh, no. No, he stayed totally away from
Well, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I understand it totally. He's a Republican. Come on.
He couldn't be releasing a pot guy. could he?
What was the saddest moment in your life? Do you address this in the book?
I don't think I do.
But what is the saddest moment in your life? I mean, it seems like such a blessed life, but there had to be some real
Well, I mean, he went
downers.
to jail, Howard. How was
Was that the saddest moment in your
No,
life?
you know, good question. When I realized that Cheech and I had broken up.
That was it.
When I went to the movie, when I realized that he was doing another movie without me, and I actually come across, they were shooting a location scouting or something, and I came across the whole crew that used to work for me, and there was Cheech, and they just kind of went, hey, how are you doing? They just walked down by me, and that was the saddest. That was the saddest time.
What broke you two up?
He did another movie.
What was that movie?
Born in East L.A.
Yeah,
Born
it's
in
a good
East LA.
movie.
And he never even told you. He just said, "I'm."
No, he told me.
He did.
He says, I got offered a movie without you.
Wow.
And I'm going to take it.
You felt that was betrayal, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Is that the one he did with Eric Roberts? What, Eric Roberts?
No.
Did you say to him, hey, Cheech, wait a second, come on, we got a huge thing here. We beat all the odds.
It's funny. You know what I said? How about the act? What about our act? He says, you got it. He gave it to me. He said, you got it. And then just recently, how about the act? Okay, I want it back.
Not so fast, white man.
No, you know, it turned out so perfect because had we stayed together, we wouldn't be together now.
Right.
We would have been over. We would have been done, over with. But the fact we broke up at the height of our movie career and everything enables us to get back together now.
Yeah,
it's like
but that's painful.
Business.
You're absolutely right. This guy was your bro. This was your number one guy.
He slept on your couch.
It was my career.
Yeah.
I was a movie director, directed like 6, successful movies. All of a sudden, without Cheech, I don't have a career.
Right.
I had no movie career, so I had to go back on stage.
Here's what I predict is going to happen. You and Cheech, of course, are now getting back together.
Mm-hmm.
You will get huge again, and he will dump you again.
He's just waiting for the chance. He's just waiting for the chance.
He's pulling on you what Red Fox did to the audience. He gets you up, and then he fucking takes you down.
Don Johnson's going to call him back to do another Nash Bridges.
Look, man, the book is called Cheech and Chong. It's the story of Cheech and Chong, and Tommy tells it so well, and you got to go meet this guy. You talk about a great energy. Every time I see Tommy, I go, boy, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Real quick, Richard Christie, who works for us, goes, he's never once asked me, all the years he's worked for us, he says to me, I just want to meet my hero, Chong.
Oh, he calls
All right, go
him
ahead.
Chong.
Chong, he calls. First of all, the guy's name is Tommy Chong, not Chong.
Mr. Chong.
Mr. Chong.
He has shorter hair than a lot of your fans.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
I just want to say that you, Mr. Chong, are quite possibly my biggest comedy influence ever.
You said that about Howard, though.
Well, Howard too, but
and by the way,
my
Tommy,
earliest influence.
Be nice to this guy. He's a slow adult. So, All right. Go ahead, yes. Go ahead, yes.
I mean, I've watched your movies like millions of times and grew up with you. I saw your first, Cheech and Chong's next movie is a masterpiece. I saw it when I was 8 years old, and I've been hooked ever since. And I read your book. Your new book is brilliant, and I just want to say I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
You don't even smoke weed, though, do you?
No, I don't. I haven't since 1992. But
you know what, Tommy? This guy, he works for me now, but he was considered one of the top heavy metal drummers in the world.
Another musician, yeah.
Another musician.
For who?
A band called Death. and
Oh, yeah.
Iced Earth. They were heavy metal bands. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he's not as big a loser as he looks. That's what I'm trying to establish so that you won't treat him how Jack Nicholson treated you.
Richard always told me that his favorite. You always told me your favorite Cheech and Chong movie was Born in East L.A.
That's what people tell me all the time.
Well, you are a great guy. You know
Thanks,
that.
man.
I don't have to tell you. You have found your inner chi or whatever it is you want to call it, and
His inner Cheech.
his inner chi. You found him all right.
Can I ask Tommy real quick?
Oh, you have a question?
You have a question?
Do you plan on making another Cheech and Chong movie?
Yeah,
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's
What
awesome.
do you mean? Yeah, is it going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
You wrote the script?
Not yet, but we're doing a concert movie for the Weinsteins, and then right after that we're talking about a series of them.
So you're going to have to play some sort of older stoner now, right? I mean, you gotta.
The great thing about comedians, you know, the older you get, the funnier you get, you know.
And the movie you're planning, is it just Cheech or both of you?
Yeah. Will Cheech do the movie without you?
So far,
If he gets a chance, he will.
So far, it's both of us.
You know what I should do? I should call up Cheech and say, Cheech, listen, I know you're getting back with Tommy. I got a movie for you.
I have a movie just for
But
you.
you got to dump that guy again.
You know, Howard, real quick, too, one of the funniest moments ever on your show, and they replayed this on Master Tape Theater last Sunday, was you had Tommy on the phone in 1997, and he was looking for a new Cheech for his movie.
Yeah.
And you had Crackhead Bob audition as the new Cheech.
Yeah, he didn't get the part. I remember
That would have been brilliant.
My favorite memory of Cheech and Chong, and this will always be so great, was when I had that dopey Channel 9 show.
The Christmas
show.
Oh, yes.
We were taping Christmas special, and I asked Cheech and Chong if they would be a part of it, and they agreed to be, which was thrilling for me. And we wrote a whole Christmas show, and Tommy was in this sketch where I played the Virgin Mother, and you guys were the wise men.
Right, I remember
And you were
them now
smoking
on
tons
those
of weed.
horses.
And you gave birth
I gave birth to baby Jesus.
Dan Foreman.
To Dan Foreman, baby Jesus. When Channel 9 saw it, and it was funny, and when Channel 9 saw it, they said, there's no way we're airing this. It took, our Christmas special didn't get on until July. I had to beg them to show this, and they finally showed it, and they got so many complaints. And it was just unbelievable. And I said to them, don't you guys understand? I'm not really the Virgin Mother, and it's no longer Christmas, so it doesn't matter.
Not Jesus.
Yeah, and Dan's not Jesus. And they were like, okay, air it. Oh, my God.
The executives, wait, you're telling us Dan Foreman is not Jesus?
Well, all I know is, but I always thank you for that. And there's a million great memories in the book. Go read the book. I'm not kidding you. And go see Tommy Chong. And go to cheechandchong.com to get all the tour dates and everything for their reunion, which we will go to, right? Richard, we'll all go.
Absolutely.
We should all go.
Yeah, well, I'm going without Richard.
Oh,
No, I will go with you.
At Radio
And,
City, that would be great.
Tommy, great
so
seeing
cool.
you. Man.
Thanks, man.
Tommy, how'd it go, man?
Oh, as usual, you know, incredible.
You've been coming on the show for years. What is it about Howard's show that you like doing?
Well, Howard, you know, it's Howard. There's no one else like him. You know, but we've been around long enough to find that out, you know. Everybody tries, but no one really even comes close, you know. And Robin, you know, see?
Robin's always a plus.
Well, that's part of his strength, you know. Howard knows what makes him great.
Cool. So it sounds like things are going really well for you, man.
Incredible.
You got the tour, you got the book.
I think it's karma, you know. I went to jail, and now it's payback. You know?
It's your turn now.
Everything's happening, and it's crazy, you know. Like, I wrote the book, I had no idea we were going to do the tour. And after I wrote the book, I'm thinking, I need a good gimmick for the book. And all of a sudden, oh, Cheech and Chong are back together again. And I got a book about Cheech and Chong, so it works out good.
A live, brand new show. I'm trying to figure out which mic George is on. It's been so long, I can't remember. George, what mic?
George is here.
Hold on, wait. Hold on a second. Say something.
Good morning. Good morning.
Guess
Am I on?
Yeah, I couldn't remember which.
Good morning.
How are you?
I couldn't remember.
I'm just fine.
I couldn't remember which switch worked the microphone for your.
And which switch am I?
You're number 4.
I'm number 4.
Number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What a great
How are
voice.
you, George?
An iconic voice.
When's the last time you were here?
I think it's been more than 3 months. It's been much too long. And congratulations to you on many, many counts. Certainly on your upcoming wedding and the merger of
Sirius
and XM.
There's another marriage. That's right.
And congratulations to you on California allowing gay marriage and the fact that you and Brad are getting married. I already sent you. Did you get our gift yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, okay.
We've been out of town an awful lot.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I'm a happy guy to be hitched to the guy I love with loving family and friends surrounding us. How much happier can one get?
It almost became like like the biggest thing in your career, even bigger than Star Trek or Heroes.
I'm telling you, the way the press covered it, we weren't quite prepared for that. We were just swarmed by that massive media coverage.
Well, there's you, there's Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
And
last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You know, here gay marriage went through, but they needed to put a famous face on it. And you guys were right there.
You became the spokesperson.
Well, we're doing what we wanted to do, and our Supreme Court finally gave us. Well, they said, you guys have been living in sin for 21 years, so it's about time you made it legit.
That's right. Might as well make you legal.
Are you nervous? When is the wedding?
It's the 14th of September.
Okay.
Next month.
Did you get a marriage license yet?
That's when we got that massive media coverage.
I see.
So we do have the license now.
Now, when you get a marriage license, because I've been looking into this, you've got to.
Oh, you haven't gotten yours yet?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh,
even though it's been reported everywhere that I'm married.
That's right.
I don't know how the fuck that happened. I mean, there must be 5,000 reports I can play you about that I got married this weekend. And I wish everyone would calm down. Who cares if I'm married or not? I'm telling you this. I never saw such interest in a non-thing.
Too many media outlets.
Yeah.
And they
That's
love
what
to
it
get
is.
it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, they had us already married, too. All we
that
did was
right?
get the license.
Yeah, so you got the license. Did you have, you have to have a birth certificate?
Oh, you do?
Yeah. A driver's license?
We didn't have to have our birth certificate, only our driver's license.
That's it?
And $70.
You have to have a birth certificate?
Oh, yeah, you have to have. There's 4 or 5 things you have to have from each column, and you have to match one of the columns.
Really?
Yeah,
Not in California.
You have to have a birth certificate, a driver's license. I've got to have my divorce papers.
You're
Well, I want you to prove that.
You're
You have to prove you're divorced. It's a whole fucking deal.
I thought of a couple loopholes though for George. You could, I think, they just specify gays getting married, not 2 men. I think you could have said.
No, they said marriage equality.
But
Every
I
person
think you
has.
could have years ago gotten married and just said you guys weren't gay. You just were 2 guys who wanted to get married.
No, you couldn't.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you just said, look, we're not gay guys. We just want to get married.
So when my question was, when you went down to the,
City Hall.
the city
or wherever
hall,
you go.
did you have any thoughts like, wow, this could fuck everything up. This could mess it all up. Did you have any kind of trepidation?
We were a little nervous, not because of that, but because it was, something that we hadn't expected to happen, and we were really excited about it. But
How did people know you were going down to City Hall?
Well, the press, this was the first day that marriage equality was going to start happening. So the press was there in mass. And when we showed up, we were just, swarmed by them. We couldn't move. And then they asked, the mayor of West Hollywood was making a speech, and they asked me to make some comment at the same time, too. And so I said, may sweet equality live long and prosper.
This is a big career move for you in a way. I mean, I never saw so much publicity. You're on fire.
Do you think he's getting married just for his career?
I think it's for Brad's career.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Brad's become a name now.
I know.
Mary Ann from Brooklyn, you're on the air. Good morning.
I was going to congratulate you. I wanted to be the first caller, but I can't believe I was sucking into that. It was all over the post, the computer. People were calling me wherever I went. People said, I said, yeah, I guess. Barefoot on the beach. I knew it couldn't be at all.
No. We first.
Tell me,
I would tell you when I'm getting married. I told you, we're having a family thing and a thing for our friends.
So why did the Post print that?
Why? Everything they print about me is wrong. I mean, in fact, I spoke with Lisa G through a third party, and because I said, well, it's according to Lisa G, and Lisa G said, look, I never reported that. I reported that Beth was going to wear a sundress or something with your family.
Right, and barefoot on the beach.
Something like that, and that's not even true. I don't even know what that is. So here's every media outlet reported it, and it's completely false.
Could I give you my take, Howard? Is it going to be around around like the Labor Day weekend when you have vacation?
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm actually starting to get, what do you call that, cold feet. Not because I have any doubts about Beth. I just don't like all of this hoopla.
It's too much, Howard.
It's too much for me. I'm not George Takei. I can't handle it.
He can't take it.
I can't take it.
You better talk him down.
It's for you and your family to be
I
private.
should have just taken her off somewhere and married her. That's what I wanted to do.
I love you so much, Howard. I saw your
Thank
tattoo on your ring. It's hot, sexy thing, Howard. If it wasn't Beth, I wish it could have been me.
No, you don't.
Even
Trust
you
me.
laugh at that.
I love
You don't want me
Howard.
mounting you. Trust me, Marianne.
I love you,
All right, thank
Howard.
you very much.
Congratulations.
You have no
anyway.
idea what it's like when I mount a woman.
Are you getting helicopters flying over your place?
No, nothing like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's enough already with this marriage stuff.
I know, the press-
I'm like the bride-to-be here. Poor Brad. I saw him on the newscast when you guys were getting the marriage license. He looked like a deer in the headlights. He does not like being on camera. He looked like he was frozen.
He gets very nervous very easily.
Yeah.
And the cameras and the photographers and the crowd really shook him up.
Was it a romantic night, the night that you went and got the marriage license? I mean, here you'd been on TV. The two of you had been interviewed. Was there sex involved the night that you got your marriage license?
The night before was wonderful.
It was,
The
because he
night-
was excited and you were excited.
Exactly. But the night of the night after we got the license.
So you guys were so
he
worked
was
up.
completely frozen.
You guys were so worked up,
Really?
you blew each other, and then went down to City Hall.
Wow. That's right.
Right.
We were,
That's right.
We were energetic. We were just full of vitality.
Oh, wonderful. Let's go down and get the license. Oh.
It was a happy occasion. Why not
We're
celebrate?
getting the license.
Now, in a situation like that, do you switch off positions? I mean,
Of course.
like who gets it? Or
You don't have to be gross. Come on. That's very
we're all
personal.
thinking
heard
it.
of the
You
numbers.
brought it up.
69.
Well, you two blew each other and went down. I'm sorry. I'm
You know
sorry to
what?
get gross.
Listen, George is not only in a gay marriage, he's in the gayest marriage.
Well,
That's
I'm
right.
just curious.
So you made love to Brad the night before you got your marriage license, and was it on a night you typically don't make love? Because I know you have set nights.
That's well, Sunday.
Right.
Sunday's actually it's the morning. Sunday morning
is the always.
Always.
No matter what.
When you should be in church, you're fucking a guy.
Well, I am in church.
Sunday morning always, right?
Sunday morning always.
Right. And then this was not a Sunday, was it?
No, it was I think it was a Monday.
Monday. So
Monday.
right. So Sunday you had your normal sex.
Right.
And then
Sunday night we did.
And Sunday night you did because of Monday.
Oh, so it was a double header.
And Monday night, nothing happened. We were
really we're exhausted.
Oh, well, I could have gone.
Oh, you're gonna pass up.
So you wanted to do Monday night is when you watch football. So why would you?
Brad was all frozen up. He was so, he was a nervous wreck.
Really?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Is
Because
he
first
getting
of all,
cold feet? We're talking to George.
No,
Maybe
because there was-
Brad is getting cold
no,
feet.
because there's, he's not used to all this attention. I mean, I understand.
They were at home.
He was going but he was going down to City Hall, and reporters are going to cover this thing. And
What about your penis?
The one show,
Thank you.
Good Morning America. I think it was Good Morning America. You guys were next to each other, and Brad, he was had a smile concreted to his face.
Yes, that expression never changed.
And he kept you guys did look like the happiest two people alive.
We did feel
which
great.
was nice. to see.
Brad looks like a guy who's not out of the closet and just got outed. He's just like, it's hard on Brad.
It is hard.
But
on
you
him.
don't think this will have any deleterious effect?
Deleterious. It's going to be a joyful thing.
You don't see it changing at all when you say those vows and now you're committed to each other.
Well, we've never gone there before, so we
Right.
don't know what's going to happen. But I know, for me, it's going to be wonderful.
All
Because
right.
we're going to have our family and friends.
How
that
many
we-
people are you inviting to the wedding?
Well, we're getting married in the Democracy Forum of the Japanese American National Museum, and the capacity is 200.
Right.
And, we have a long, long list of dear friends. So we feel terrible that we couldn't invite them all. You guys are invited. But
Yes,
I
thank you.
know that you have a show on Monday.
We sent our regrets, but we
I
did
know.
send a gift.
Oh, it's bless your heart. We thank you so much. That's very thoughtful. We haven't seen it yet, but we appreciate it very much. It's very kind of you. And
I
Artie,
made a donation.
Yes, I know. You were so generous. Thank you. And that's very important what Artie did, because
What did he do?
He gave a very generous donation to the Human Rights Campaign.
Well, that's what it said. In the card, it said
Right.
you could either send money or, in lieu of a gift,
in lieu
actually,
of a
which was
gift,
very nice. It said you could donate to the Human Rights Campaign, and that's what I did.
But Artie was on heroin at the time. I didn't mean to write that check.
No, this was before heroin.
Well, that was why the sum was so generous.
By
It was
the
out
way,
of his
George-
mind.
Oh, is that why?
No, I'm always generous, George.
And the reason for that is, there's a ballot measure coming up in November in California. People who want to nullify the Supreme Court's ruling and take away our marriage.
Oh no!
And Artie is
You
helping
mean as
us
soon
fight
as you
that.
get married, you could be nullified?
Well, we're gonna fight it tooth and nail.
Did you believe
And
people are wasting their time trying to...
Really?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, good for him, is on our side this time.
Finally,
is
he got on the right
opposed to
side.
it.
Well, remember on this show, you yelled at him and you told him
did.
off. And it obviously got through his head.
I'm sorry I brought that name up.
Yeah. King of all blacks, you're on the air in Ingleside, New Jersey.
Yes, Howard, I love you, man, but you're very complicated and confusing. I don't understand why if you have beautiful kids, all inside the broken records, you have beautiful kids, why would you deny her of having kids? I don't understand.
Well, I'm not denying her of anything because she's telling me she doesn't want kids.
But she doesn't, trust me, I mean, she doesn't mean
I said
that.
to her, I don't want to deny you anything. So if you want kids, I'm not the guy for you. I can't raise more children. Even my mother said to me, I understand totally.
Yeah, but everybody understands but her.
No, you're not hearing me.
Why are you talking for Beth? Did she call you this morning?
You're saying, Beth, you're making this like it's an argument or a hassle. She said to me, I don't want children. I never have. When I was a little girl, I never dreamt about having kids, and it's not my thing. Listen, my niece is married. She doesn't want kids. Robin's been in a relationship. She could have had kids. She doesn't want kids. There are people out there who don't want kids. My friends Will and Carrie are married. They don't want children.
I could point out a lot of people who don't have children, King.
And then a lot of people go, then why get married? And I go, well, as long as there's sex involved.
That's still your decision.
Right.
It's nobody's business but yours.
Okay. So you don't care about the resentment that her family's going to give you secretly.
Well, I don't care about her family resenting me. I just care about
It's
her.
still Beth's decision. They can't resent him.
But do you honestly, can you have Beth come in and take a lie detector test?
Yes, I will do that. Should I do that? I'll do that.
Why would you do that? I mean,
'Cause
you
it'd be good
gotta
radio.
You have to trust your spouse.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I won't do that. I trust my spouse.
You better not. You better not.
Where does it end? How many that you can make in a relationship?
We'll have her in here every week.
Beth said to me, if she feels like having kids, then she'll end the marriage.
Right.
Yeah, right.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's
Wait,
easier said.
What do you mean, all right?
Don't let love blind you. Listen, what she's saying is because I know how you might be. I perceive you as being kind of like subtly controlling a little bit, and like in the sense that she's gonna say what she thinks you want to hear.
Right. Well, maybe so. But
Let me tell him something. There are people who change their minds. That's one thing that can happen. She right now does not want to have children, and this is a fine relationship for her to be in. But there are also people who say, you know what, I want to be with this person so much, then I'll give up that dream because I want to be with them.
Well, she's the first one.
she told me last night she loves being with me.
Right.
As I was sitting there goofing on the Olympics.
Well, obviously she loves being with you, and you love being with her, but she's still saying something that she thinks you want to hear.
No, that's not necessarily the case.
This is so
King.
silly.
Just stop it.
You think
He
Jillian?
doesn't even know her. Why are we listening to him?
Let's say Beth and I broke up. You think Jillian Barbary would leave her husband for me? I think she would.
Listen to the way she's carrying
Yeah.
on.
I think if I called her and
I
said,
think
look,
the grant is only safe as long as you're hooked up.
yeah. Yeah, I really believe that. She told me she would have
she'd
sex
get
with
rid
me.
of that tattoo in a minute.
She came right up to me. She said, "I'll have sex with you right now."
I think we do more for promoting her show, quite frankly.
Maybe.
We don't talk about her every day.
Right.
She lures us in.
Johnny Frado. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, what's up, Howard?
How you doing, bro?
I'm calling you to tell you I hate to agree with King of All Blacks, but I'm telling you, you're gonna have kids.
I'm not. I'm not like you, dude.
Johnny, did your
wife...
wife...
listen to me.
What?
I swear to fucking God, I swear, I did not have any intentions to have kids. Not the second time around.
Right.
Well, I got one and one in the oven.
Well, why?
But how did that happen, Johnny?
You know what, Robin? I don't know. I mean, you know...
You wear a rubber, you won't have kids.
Doesn't he know that if you have sex with a woman, she'll get pregnant?
What happened? Your wife started, like, browbeating you into it?
No, this wasn't nothing discussed. You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. She snuck up on me with sex, with no rubbers, with no nothing. She snuck up on me. Howard.
Nah, you knew what you were doing.
Absolutely.
You wanted a kid.
You were barebacking it, and you knew what would happen.
Howard, never have I had sex and said, having a kid is the last thing that I think about. I'm a shallow man.
Yeah, but Johnny, you let it happen.
I did let it happen.
Yeah, so that's you. That ain't me.
But I'm telling you, but listen to what I'm saying to you. This girl is a rational girl. It's not the girl. Like Robin and I said the last time, it's the brain. It's the body.
No, Johnny, this was you making a decision to... Johnny, you made the decision to have the kid. You put it in her and you came.
Yeah, but I mean,
That ain't me.
I honestly didn't. I never once, while that was going on, did I think, oh, our kid's going to result from this. I know that's very retarded, but honestly, I never gave that a thought at the time.
But Johnny, just because you never gave it a thought doesn't mean you didn't do it. She didn't trick you.
Right, you wanted a kid.
Robin, I'm saying, if you
trust me, Johnny, if you didn't want a kid, if someone said to you, look, if you put your penis in this woman, your penis is going to fall off. You would wear a rubber every time.
No, but I'm saying to you, yeah, but there was
you knew what you were doing. In other words, if I put my penis in Beth without a rubber,
you're taking a chance.
Then I'm going, hey, okay, I want to have a kid. On some level, there's something in the back of my mind saying if that happened, that'd be a good thing.
She wants a kid, I'm telling you right now.
Well, you don't know this girl.
No, because see the thing with the animals, like I told you, a long time ago, we had a dog. There was a dog. Dog was the baby. Everything was fine. Ask her where the dog is now. Dog's in Iowa.
The dog got shipped out?
Oh, the fucking dog. Oh, let's talk about it. And the motherfucker turned on me. Because he thought, she didn't want him no more. The dog was the baby. She bought clothes for the dog. The dog had little feeties and coats and sweaters and all kinds of stuff. And I thought, okay, this is perfect. We just keep dressing this dog up. It'll stay little. There's the play. All of a sudden, down the pike, here comes a baby. Now here comes another one.
Wow.
You know what I talk about every day? Baby names.
No.
That's all we talk about.
And you hate kids.
I do hate kids. That's the fucked up part of this whole deal.
I know. You're not even happy with your kids.
No, I'm not. No,
They've been a big disappointment to you.
I raise them bad. That's what the problem is. I raise them.
You're not a good father, right?
I'm a terrible father.
Right.
Well, I buy them a lot of shit and everything, but they want to talk to me and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I know. I'm in therapy. I had to learn how to talk to my kids.
Buy him someone to talk to.
Listening
to
all this.
I'll tell the little kid, go talk to Johnny. He's closer to your age. You know what I mean? You have a lot more.
Poor Johnny.
He likes you. Why, Johnny's in the room now playing. They fight over Guitar Hero. I had to go in there yesterday and tell him, okay, both of you motherfuckers, shut that thing off. Johnny's 29. He's 7.
29 and 7.
That's an age spread.
I'll tell you, Johnny, I don't know what...
And play Guitar Hero.
I don't know what you're doing with your life.
I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to save your life right now.
Well, you are.
I'm telling you.
I'm not having kids.
Beth, I'm telling you, Beth is. You can see just from pictures of her how she is a very. I'm telling you, it's coming.
So then we shouldn't get married.
No,
but this is Johnny saying this.
I know. Johnny's ruining it.
Sure. Nail Jillian Barbary when she gets to the wedding, not before the wedding. Not after, before the wedding.
Right. All right, listen.
You get your revenge in advance.
Johnny, I got to move on, but thank you for the call.
You know, Howard, listening to this discussion, it makes me so grateful I'm gay.
You're not kidding. It eliminates a lot.
We can have sex and not have that anguish at all.
I have a gay friend who once said to me, he goes, "Oh, man," he goes, "if I was heterosexual, things would be so much less complicated." I go, "No, just the opposite."
Really?
Yeah.
There are no accidents in gay sex.
No. Anything goes. You'll be fine. No babies involved. It's the way God meant it to be.
Well, I don't know about
Gay.
Babies would be at our choice.
That's right. That's
So-
what I'm saying. You can't accidentally do it.
No, no, no.
Will and Jason had a bachelor party over at Rick's Cabaret at on Thursday at noon. Yeah. They say Sal goes over there for lunch every day. Like he's like a regular at Rick's Cabaret.
That's where he has lunch?
Well, they said he's so regular there. Like when he walks in, he's like, "Oh," hi. He's like he'll walk up to her, go, "Hi, how'd your engagement party go?"
Like he knows personal stuff about the girl.
Right, Gary? Didn't you tell me like when Sal walks into Rick's Cabaret, like
They said he's like Norm from Cheers. Everybody knows him, and they said he walked into a waitress and was asking her about her family vacation.
Hi, Sal.
He's her
hi,
emotional
Sal.
friend.
You go, "Hi." Gary said like he left the bachelor party. Sal was still there. Like how many hours did Sal clock in?
I didn't go to a bachelor party because I had my kids with me. So the bachelor party started a little bit after 12. I needed to call Sal. I called him at 6:20 on his cell phone. Nobody answered. I called him at home at 6:30. His wife answered. She said he was still at the bachelor party. And he called me back at 7:30. He goes, "Yeah, I just got on the train." So he'd been there for 7.5 hours. And I heard he told his wife the party started at 2, so he could squeak a few more hours out.
Let me ask you something. Where were the bachelors by 7?
He left at 4:30.
Well, dude, what do you do there for 7.5 hours at Rick's?
It's like anything else. When you're having fun, time just flies.
Right.
You
You
know,
didn't realize what time it was.
No, I thought it was like 4 o'clock. I had no clue.
Back in the old days, I used to do 7-8 hours at the strip club. Used
Did
to
you
hang out.
really?
Sure, right.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
But yeah, I don't know what I've only been to Rick's about 3 times for lunch, and when I go there, I'm very personable. It's important to be nice to people.
In 3 times you know about a girl's family vacation?
What do you go in the back room or where?
No, I don't do that.
You don't go in the back room.
Can't afford it.
Can't afford the back room.
No.
Yeah.
But it's a good time.
Do you have
and,
one girl that you're really into over there?
No.
You're into them all.
You don't have a Rick's wife?
No. When you're married, any girl is good.
Right. Lisa G is here. Lisa G from Howard 100 News.
What
Lisa.
a weekend.
Yeah. Lisa, what's going on?
Oh, I don't know where to start, Howard. There's so much stuff. You know, you talked about Jason and Will's bachelor party at Rick's Cabaret, but what you neglected to mention was that Ronnie the limo driver paid a dancer to give a lap dance to John Hine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this dancer, Avalon, is now $20 richer without having to do the lap dance because John refused.
Yeah, John's like way into his wife and
no lap dance, no
He takes his
masturbating.
marriage seriously.
yeah, he really does. And he's like, he never masturbates. He only has sex with her. I don't buy
You know,
that.
Tom used to say that too. Remember Tom
Yeah.
Chiasano gave up masturbation because he thought it affected his marriage?
You know, I think people are still afraid to admit they masturbate. And, you know, like, I
You're
decided.
telling me you think John Hine does it and doesn't say?
I know he does it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's no, you know, sometimes you just do it. And it's not because you don't love your wife, and it's not because you
But
have
you're
a sexual
saying he
problem.
consciously does it and
Yeah.
won't admit it.
Yeah, he's embarrassed to admit it. He doesn't want his wife to know. But I'm telling you, he masturbates.
You know,
not a
you-
lot. I mean, I jerk off, like, if Beth's out for the night and I got some porn. Like, I told you I watched Strap on Sally the other night. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I had sex by myself.
I think one of the major influences you've had on society, without question, this is all you, as far in my head, and it's a positive because it's more honest, is being okay with admitting to masturbating, watching porn, like, you know, the small
Well, you
penis
know,
thing, like
we
every
all
guy,
do it.
it's just liberating.
Politicians aren't doing it,
Well, the
though.
fuck politicians, but I'm
Hey,
saying
but can I tell
guys
you
in
something?
general. But it's right. It's odd now since Howard became sort of a big star that a guy isn't willing to admit that you masturbate, and John clearly is. I know a couple other guys who say I never masturbate. How's it true? It can't be true.
John loves this show, and I would assume would only be honest.
Right.
Now, some guys don't want to tell their wives that. You know, some guys don't want to admit it. You know, even all the years I was married, like I'd come on the air and talk about jerking off, and then, you know, even my wife would say to me, gee, did you really jerk off? And I'd go, no.
Oh, you wouldn't admit it at home.
I wouldn't admit it to her. And like, you know, and like I decided now in my new relationship, I'm honest. I tell Beth, I beat off. I beat off.
Yeah.
I did. You were out, and I beat off to Strap-on Sally.
Creates an You even admit that it's to Strap-on Sally.
And she goes, I want to see Strap-on Sally. And I said, no, because you're going to think I'm disgusting. I mean, really. And,
Well-
you know, because I know she's going to be like, oh, those girls are so gross. Meanwhile, it's Carmen Levana and all these girls, and they're hot.
That's nice of her, because maybe she wants to watch it to see
Well,
what turns you
sometimes
on.
we are shocked at what you think is hot.
I know. You guys don't get it. They just don't get it. But
Chicks
anyway,
hate when you like a filthy broad.
Right.
Like a...
but everyone masturbates, and everyone has sexual needs.
John, get in here and defend yourself.
Hey, Robin,
What?
like you masturbate now that Jimmy's not with you, right?
Well, I masturbated during.
You did? Even Lisa G masturbates, right, Lisa?
Not now.
No? Why?
Just I don't know. I think it's a phase I'm going through.
See, I don't believe that.
You're
and John,
abstaining from pleasuring yourself.
and John, I believe that you turn down the dance, and that's great, but I do believe you masturbate, and I think you're embarrassed to admit it.
Why?
I don't know. Because you are. Something you don't want your wife to
So
know.
admit it.
Why?
You're embarrassed.
Because you don't want her to think you don't love her or something. You like it would be like almost like cheating on her.
Not at all.
You're thinking about other women.
Not at all.
There's no way you haven't relieved yourself at some point or another. Your wife's on the rag or something, and you just go, you know what? I got to jerk off.
I've got no reason to tell you otherwise. Like Artie was saying, especially on this show,
right?
The last thing you want to do is start lying about stuff like that.
I say you've done it.
Okay.
And I don't care. And I think you're sticking to it now, and very much like a John Edwards kind of thing.
Are you saying you never did?
No, I have, but not. I can't. What I said was I can't remember the last time that I have.
They do say, however, and John suffers from diabetes. Diabetes is supposed to affect
Lowers
a person's
your
sex
libido.
drive.
That is true.
So do you think your sex drive has been sort of quieted?
I think so.
You
I
do.
think it definitely has had an effect.
Because I know with me, I'm constantly hard and constantly, having sex. I mean, I have to. If it's not with Beth, with myself. I mean, I need it.
Sometimes he just knocks himself down.
Yeah, I mean, I had sex with Beth yesterday morning, and then I was in the afternoon. I said, I want to take a nap. Maybe I should go jerk off. I mean, all of a sudden, I go, man, I'm 54 years old. This can't be right.
I'm actually annoyed by it. It's like one other chore you have to do because I know. Well, no, listen. You feel it coming on. You go, look, there's no broad around. You're not dating somebody. You're alone. It's a Tuesday night at about 10. You had your shrimp fried rice. And it's
you
like, you know
don't
what?
want to go out.
I know for a fact I am not going to be worth anything in a conversation until I jerk off.
And I know George Takei, as great as he is, the greatest actor as he is, I know he has to do it too because Brad does not give him the amount of sex he would even like.
Well, that's right. But I was thinking, with age, it'll probably wane. But after hearing Ernest Borgnine, I know that that ain't going to happen.
How old are you
Give us
now?
relief. I'm 71.
Yeah, and you're saying you're still jerking off.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Wow.
Now, did
Well,
Brad
I mean, if
get
it's
upset?
just Sunday.
What, sorry, George?
If it's only Sunday,
Right.
There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
How can you marry, honestly, can I say something serious?
Yeah.
How can you marry Brad if, now I'm just throwing this out there, he gives you sex one time a week? It's not like you guys are in a marriage where you're going to have children or anything like that.
Yeah.
So if there isn't any sex, what's the point in getting married?
There's dignity.
Yeah. No, I understand all the gay rights issues.
Right.
But
He's talking about the choice.
I'm saying, why are you even with Brad?
I love him.
You love him, but sex one day a week, I mean, that's just got to be miserable.
Well, there's cuddling, too, in between. And Brad is a good, decent, loving, caring guy. And he's a detail-oriented guy. He takes care of.
But don't you feel like saying, Brad, don't,
What do you mean
don't bogart that cock?
Yeah. But what do you mean he takes care of you? Emotionally?
Well, the first thing in the morning, he brings me a pot of green tea.
All
And
right.
he does.
You could get a houseboy to do
He's
that.
like a geisha.
Yeah, you could get a houseboy to do that.
That's true.
But go ahead.
It's different. When you hire someone to do it, it's a hired person doing it as a job.
I got to admit, I would like if Beth brought me some tea. That would be nice.
But she's having sex with you.
That's right. So that makes up for a lot of other
More
things.
regularly, yeah.
Right.
Well,
Oh, absolutely.
And when you come to a point in life where you get used to a person, there's.
But did you ever say to him, "Don't you want me more than one day a week"?
Well, we cuddle. We
Yeah,
cuddle.
but what, I mean, you got a big, thick, gay heart on.
It happens, and that's when I take a shower.
I know, but
Right, so you relieve
And-
yourself.
Yes, I
But
do in the shower.
it would be a
Marry
lot
your
nicer-
shower.
It'd be a lot nicer if Brad would do that.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. But
you don't see
those are the-
anything wrong with your relationship. Why are you bringing this
Well, wait
up?
a second. Have you ever sat down with Brad? I mean, in a serious way, and said, "Hey, Brad, I love you. I think we're really compatible. I love the pot of tea you bring me in the morning. But I would really, really like it if we had more sex. I'm not saying it's going to drive us apart or anything because I love you, but do you think to please me, we could be together on Wednesday night too?"
Since you've introduced it, I will have that discussion with Brad.
Why have you never?
Wednesday.
Why have you
Howard
never?
always has to introduce it.
Why have you never? But why have you? Why do you think you've never done that? Are you afraid to do it?
No, I'm not afraid. I just kind of, it's consideration for him. He's not interested in doing it, during the.
But what
during
about
the
like if you just said to him, "Hey, I really, really want more."
Well, he gets very tense and intensely involved with, he's my manager and he takes care of the books and he takes care of the bookings.
Oh,
and
so
all
he's
that.
fucking you one way or the other. What you should do is you should sit down with him and say, "Listen, if you were doing this enough, I shouldn't even be able to sit down. Like the fact that I'm able to sit down without writhing in pain means we're not fucking enough."
What is your point, though? I don't understand.
Well, he's exhausted.
Is he really?
Business is so exhausting.
You know how nervous he
There were a lot of
gets,
years between Star Trek and Heroes. I
Yes.
mean, he couldn't be that exhausted.
It's a lot of cruises.
Oh no, there's a lot of Star
That's
Trek
true.
cruises and Star Trek conventions.
Oh, that is tired.
Last week was Las Vegas. Next
Right.
weekend's going to be Atlanta.
Yes.
Do you two travel together?
I'm hosting a Beam Me Up
he does
buffet.
travel with me.
Yeah.
and he carries the heavier
Beam me
luggage.
up
What'd you say?
I'm hosting on the promenade deck of the Star Trek cruise. I'm hosting the Beam Me Up buffet. The
Artie,
vaporized vegetables.
Do you ever put
we'll
on?
invite you to the next Star Trek cruise.
I would love it. I would love it.
Do you ever try to seduce him, like by wearing a sexy outfit, or like like on a Wednesday night, put on something like
Just
a
like a
kimono?
policeman.
I don't. What I do is on
This is
Sunday
Officer
mornings,
Sulu. Bend over.
I do my workout with the free weights. Take a shower.
Free weights.
And then I lean on the doorway and say, "Hey, big boy."
It's time.
Holy
Have some
shit.
fun.
Yeah, every Sunday.
Every
you
Sunday.
say you lean on the doorway and say, "Hey, big boy, you want to
Well,
have some fun?"
I may have it take it, but put on a different pose. But
When did it start becoming only Sundays?
I guess about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know what It was just.
Do you think he
he's more
masturbates?
relaxed? He's more relaxed on Sunday.
He likes coming on the Sabbath.
Do you think he masturbates?
I don't know.
Of course he does.
I don't think so.
Wait a
because
minute.
he's-
I thought he got upset with you the last time you mentioned that you do masturbate between.
Well, since he
sessions.
knows now, I can talk about it.
But he
And,
did get upset.
He did get upset, and as you said, Artie, it really is liberating to come on this show and talk about aspects of your life.
Well,
Because-
I got to tell you something. I think you need to sit down with Brad and just say, Brad, let's come clean with one another.
Yes, sir. I think
Here
we
we're
will.
about to get married, and we have sex on Sunday. And okay, I love you for a lot of different reasons, but my needs are much greater, and I really would like for you to consider having sex with me on Wednesday and Sunday.
Well,
And you know what? Now that we've discussed it on the air, I think he will agree.
Well, Howard, some people are even putting that in their prenuptial agreements.
What,
that they
sex?
want a certain, like you can't renege on the sex after we get married.
Listen,
I still want it.
Brad, I've got an hour to kill before the Klingon hayride I'm hosting. And let's get down.
Right. Well, there you go. Do you ever consider waking up Brad with a blowjob? Like seriously, like he's sleeping, and then like you just put your mouth on his penis, and then
wakey.
Yeah. Wakey.
They call that the hooker alarm clock. in
Before
Vegas.
I got together with Brad, was one guy who used to wake me like that, and it was that was wonderful, but he was not.
Right.
But
The sex was good.
Suddenly wake up in the morning and feeling that.
Wait, you almost passed out. Get closer to the mic. Yes, and you would feel that.
Oh, you feel that. It's so wonderful. And then, the blood starts coursing, and what a great way to greet the day.
Well, maybe why not say to Brad, that used to really excite me.
I've discussed that. He says, I don't do that.
All right. Well,
he's got to be kind of romanced before he does. On Sunday mornings, I got to romance him.
Well,
he wants the whole build-up. He's not a quickie kind of guy.
I suggest some talking.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
I think I will.
Something's up there,
and he's listening. He's hearing this.
Yeah, you're a married couple, and it's time for you to really get that sex life going. And Lisa,
and then after Wednesday,
yes,
then we should have it more spontaneous between Wednesday.
Yeah, right.
And
that's what I would.
I mean, it's so regimented. You're not.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You need to.
Exactly.
You need to be spontaneous.
And that's the way I am.
Well, do you think you're going to ruin this relationship, Howard?
Well,
That's
you want
right.
to know
We can
something?
blame it on him if it doesn't work out.
You want to know something? In a sense, I think that George has come to accept this as normal behavior, and he's not really
Well,
pleased.
he accepts it as Brad's behavior.
Yeah, and I think, there's nothing wrong with saying to Brad, I know this is your behavior, but why? And is there something I can do or we can talk about in a serious way, not a joke on the Howard Stern show, where we can really, be together and up our sex life. I mean, it's crazy for a guy. George is over in the shower jerking off 2-3 times a week, with the warm water when really he should be with Brad.
I mean, it's two guys. There's no chick there to say no to sex.
Right.
What's happening?
Well, Brad does say no often.
He must be like a chick then.
You mean you've started in with him on a Wednesday and he goes no.
Yeah, well, he says no. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Oh boy.
I've had.
Well,
to
maybe
deal
he's
with
not
this,
attracted to you.
Had to deal with that and this and that. No, I know
He's not
been
there
faithful.
mentally.
Maybe he's thinking about a young guy or something like this.
Is he thinking of a young version of you, like William Hung or something?
Hung. That's the part that you go for, huh?
Or the kid, yeah, right. Or the kid on Heroes. You think he doesn't want a younger George?
Oh no, not Mossy.
If you're away on a
Mossy.
Sunday, let's say you're working on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you come home Tuesday. Does that mean you have to wait till the following Sunday to have sex?
No. Well, as a matter of fact, that's the way he has turned out. Yes.
Why are you going along with this?
Well, if he's not there with me on some Star Trek convention.
Yeah, I mean, why on Sunday?
I do it in the shower.
Yeah, but I mean, why on Sunday? Is it okay?
Because Sunday's a day when he doesn't have to deal with email, telephone calls, and all these other...
that's bullshit.
That's what he tells me.
Yeah, well, he's full of it.
Have you ever been approached at a Star Trek event by a gay fan who wanted to bed you down?
I have.
Really?
I have taken advantage of it. This was before.
Really? Oh, you have taken
I
advantage.
have,
Oh, that's
yes,
great. Good for
yes.
you.
And some interesting women, too, when I was,
And you
still maintaining that facade.
Oh, so you had a lot of sex with women?
Not a lot.
Really?
But
Wow.
selective.
Right, some hot ones.
Nice.
And Lisa, I don't believe you're not pleasuring yourself, but that's your business.
Now, what did you're just going through a phase, you say?
Yeah, I think so. What's
that? You don't know what that noise is? You know. What's that?
Lisa, admit, how many times have you had me?
And your thoughts?
Yeah.
What do you think of when you do that? When you used to do that?
0.0.
When did this phase start?
I don't know. It's been a while. I think it's all part of not dating, just
Turning all that
saying.
aspect off of you, inside of you?
maybe I have. I don't know if I have done it intentionally, subconsciously. I don't know.
Robin, have you gone long stretches of time where you
Without
don't...
masturbating?
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, why?
Why would I do that?
Do you believe Lisa when she says she's doing that?
I believe her. Why would she lie to us?
Well, shame.
No, I don't.
Shame.
Yeah, shame. Just want anyone to know what she's up to.
Thank God Robin.
Plus, she puts her fingers in the cupcakes. No one wants to think of that.
Maybe she shouldn't.
Hey, Lisa,
masturbate.
some guy contacted me. His business is he does some sort of test where you can tell the germs on your hands.
Yeah.
You could swab your hand and know, and that's why you shouldn't put your hands in the cupcakes.
Yeah, I know. I saw something on TV that when you double dip,
Yeah.
it increases germs by like 1 million, if not even more.
Want me to
it's-
swab your hands? I can have the guy come in and
But
find out.
my thing was, I just touched the cookie. I didn't touch the cupcake.
Doesn't matter. No one wants that.
Electricity.
All right. Anything else in the news there,
Yes,
Lisa,
big
besides you're not
news.
masturbating?
Well, you're not the only one getting married. Jason is getting ready for his upcoming wedding. He says that he's already started to take measures so that no one gets embarrassed for his wedding. He has told the DJ, do not give the microphone to Sal or Richard by any means. Don't let them get, how they pass around the
Right.
mic? Yeah. And, you can sing or say something nice to the bride and groom. And also, there was a big debate about Jason's wedding. He has admitted that he's gone into debt for this. Well, his mother wanted shrimp and was relentless. Well, Jason finally put his foot down and said, I am not paying for shrimp. So the big news is his mother will be paying for it, and there will be shrimp.
He should do that with the whole wedding. I mean,
It's a little too late now,
He has
but-
no money.
To go into debt, that's just the opposite of what a wedding should represent.
Yeah, it's a shame. It really is. How much is your wedding going to cost, George? Have you figured that out yet?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty costly.
How much?
All the bills haven't come in yet.
What would you say, guesstimate?
I'd say over 60.
Over $60,000.
Are you splitting it?
Well, it's coming from the same pot.
Right.
Our mutual pot.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're splitting it. That's nice, though.
You guys have joint bank accounts?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, he should put out 2 days a week for that. You're the earner there.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one that, makes, smooths the way.
You got a prenup with him or what?
No, we don't.
Whoa. Whoa. Hold it.
We trust each other.
Wait a second.
Oh, my. Oh, I don't think Brad will approve of my being on the show getting advice from you.
I'm just being sensible here. This is not a bad... I don't know why prenups have to be a bad thing. Why can't people talk
They
about
should
their
be
finances?
mandatory, shouldn't they?
You can't talk about your sex life and you can't talk about finances with this guy. It's like you're two strangers.
Well,
he brings you a pot of
talk about our
tea.
sex life.
How much are you going to pay him for a pot of tea? I mean, let's say shit hits the fan.
Well, he does manage my, affairs with great efficiency and precision. And
Any good accountant could do that.
Well, that's true. And we do have an accountant in addition.
Right. So you're telling
oversee.
me if for some reason, legally, if this thing ends, and it could.
Anything's possible.
Right.
But I don't.
So you're going to give up half your fortune.
Well, I don't think it's going to end.
Well, what if it does? Paul McCartney said that too. I had him in here. He said, you know what? I love this woman. I believe in love.
Yeah.
And guess what? She hauled his ass right into court and fucking embarrassed the shit out of him.
Yeah, but Brad's not her. He's a
damn.
different personality altogether.
She gave him sex more than Sundays, too.
Well, that's true, I guess. Well, maybe, I can... the wedding could be the basis for a bit more regularity.
Well, hold it. Now I'm talking about money. Why can't you sit down with Brad and say, look, I want to know financially where we're going to be at if this thing shit hits the fan. And I'm not comfortable giving you half of my money.
Maybe George is comfortable.
Is that the California
law?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
half.
Yeah.
Half